This game is going to pose very interesting things tonight, as we have a lot of Richland Ram football players hurt tonight, which makes this one a little interesting. As Stone was, I think, alluding to in the car, Central has not seen what's going to be happening to them tonight.
Well, when you have the number of injuries that the Rams have, you do look for silver lining, and the silver lining here is that you've got a quarterback that they only have film of him playing tackle. You've got a tackle who they haven't had any film of because he's been behind the tackle that's there. You've got different running backs because I tell you what, before we go any further, we're going to give you a heads up. Every so often, we're liable to have to be cut out. As Ed mentioned, we are not in a press box tonight, at least not a regular one. We are out in the stands. We've made do. We'll tell you more about that later on, but we have a temporary power source as well, and that power source drops from time to time. So if you hear a pause, we'll be right back in a second as we tend to it here. But it seems to be acting up a lot more since we got on the air. At least we're getting 4 or 5 minutes. So at any rate, what I'm saying is that Richland has a lot of people out there tonight that are going to have to perform. We're going to be quiet for a moment because the national anthem is going to happen.
All right, so we'll step aside just for a second. You are listening to the Richland Rams. We are back after the Central Martinsburg band played an excellent rendition of the national anthem. Beautiful night for football. We'll head down to Sponge real quick as Sponge, gorgeous night for football.
Hey guys, beautiful night out here. I have shorts on. There's no wind. There's nothing. It's very warm. It's a great night for football.
This grass field down there, Sponge, what are the conditions? It looks like last time we were here, it wasn't cut very well. This one looks like it's got a pretty decent surface.
It's cut, but it's pretty bumpy.
All right,
as the grass fields usually are.
Yeah, I mean, it's an old throwback. We don't see a whole ton of grass fields anymore. So it looks like the captain's coming out for the coin toss. We have Ethan Junidlow, Easton Robertson, Karsten Reckner, and Austin Yarnick for the Rams.
Well, and I'll tell you, Austin Yarnick had quite a game here last year when the Rams showed up and snapped what I think was like a 33-game home win streak for Central Martinsburg, who the year before had come into Richland and just bullied a very good Richland team around. It felt like we were just hanging on all through that game, and then managed to. They finally pulled away late, but they thoroughly beat up on a really good team 2 years ago, and then last year. I don't think with the people that graduated, do not think they expected Richland to come in here to beat them. So this is, in a very real sense, a revenge game for Central Martinsburg. That's the only home loss they've had in 4 years, and it's at the hands of the Rams. And tonight you're going to have a Ram team that is going to do it by committee. I don't know that you can lean on any one person and what's going to happen here. The Rams are going to have to perform a variety of different functions to pull off a victory here tonight.
Richland has won the toss.
Hey guys, I was watching their warm-ups, and one good thing when you have Ethan Janidlo at quarterback, he was they were running a play where he was handing off, and then he was the lead blocker on the play. So that's pretty good lead blocker to have.
Right, you got a big body. We were actually talking about the J squared there with Joe Penna and
That gets done. All right.
All right, sorry about that. Once again, we're dealing with a power source that unfortunately keeps cutting in and out, so we'll do our best. But talking about J Square with McEnany and Penna coming into the backfield, and you add Janidlo, now we have Triple J, which could be, could cause some problems for Central.
They've run that formation a couple of times. Joe Penna, I'm just going to call him Joe since he's my son. He's been in there on that before. Possible wrinkle today, though, is Penna and McEnany, who are two of our harder hitters on defense, lined up and circling in, and Janidlo with a 6'2", 200-pound frame. You're going to have to be serious about wanting to tackle with that kind of thunder coming at you. So,
all right, so back deep for the Central Martinsburg Scarlet Dragons is going to be number 1, Jacob Benton, and number 6, Thade Mickle. And it will be no Rico on to kick it away for the Rams. Kicks this one deep on the ground. Picked up there by Benton, and Benton. Again, we apologize. We're going to cut out every now and then as the power source up here. We're up in the bleachers here. We're not in the press box with an actual power source. We have sort of a battery power. So ball at the 21-yard line of the Scarlet Dragons. We just underway here from Central Martinsburg. It will be quarterback Eli Muthler who will go into the gun here. Hunter Smith, your running back. And Muthler back to throw. Muthler drops straight back. Rolls out, throws over the middle, has a man brought down immediately by number 1, Jude McGarrett, but that's caught, and that's number 2, Jay Hohenstein for the reception. First down, Central.
Well, good coverage there. Can only hold up so long. It looks like the Rams took an outside blitz, so one man anyway, but picked up by somebody in the backfield for Central Martinsburg. Quarterback rolled to his right, then found an open guy. But a decent amount of time on that, but good job by the coverage. It can only last so long, though.
9-yard pickup, actually, so 1-yard shots. Second down and 1 upcoming as Muthler will go back into the gun. Benton in motion. This is Hunter Smith off the left side. Hunter Smith will have enough for the first down. Hunter Smith is a pretty big.
Going to be a little challenging on those first downs since, as we mentioned, we're not in the regular press box with some other media here tonight. We're across, and the sticks are right in front of us. A little easier to check the ball against the sticks when they're opposite of you, but the sticks are in front of us and the ball in the middle of the field. So a little bit more difficult. We'll just have to rely on the referees.
All right, so ball at the 37-yard line is Central. This is the first drive of the game. Richland won to toss and deferred, so they kicked off. This is Muthler back to throw. Muthler throws it hard out to his left side. Caught along the sideline, over the 45-yard line, brought down by Joe Penna.
Our quarterback has a real good arm, guys.
Yeah, I was watching him during warm-up, Sponge. He has a really strong arm. So Richland's going to have to find a way to put some pressure on Muthler. So far, he's had a pretty clean pocket. 10:23 remaining here in the first quarter. Game just underway. First drive of the game. Central started this drive at their own 21. They have the ball now at their own 47-yard line. As Muthler will go back into the gun. He'll fake the handoff, drop straight back. Now he's getting some pressure. He's going to throw this one away. Smart play by Muthler. Brought down by number 68, Ethan Janidlo.
Good pressure there. And I tell you, usually the Rams, they show up, they kind of make the offense settle in. They don't bring the heavy pressure right away. I'm not sure if that was by design, some sort of scheme, or whether that was just man beating man. And, again, I think you're seeing okay coverage here for the defensive backs for Richland.
And the ref said he was outside the tackle box.
Yeah.
Anyone was thinking it was grounding.
Yeah, it looked like he was grounded out pretty good. So he got outside the tackle box. So no intentional grounding. Second down and 10. 9:54 remaining in the first quarter. No score. Muthler hands off to Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith goes up the middle and brought down immediately by number 55, Brody Hollis.
Well, first big third down of the day for Central here. It'll be interesting if Richland tries to dial something up to pressure him to make him make a quick throw and what the tight coverage is. Certainly, if they can force a punt on their first possession, it'll be certainly a big win for the Rams.
All right, so third down and 9 after the 1-yard pickup. As Muthler now goes straight back. Looking, throwing. Nice throw on the sideline right in front of us. Caught in front of Austin Yarnick. That was number 9, Baron Dinas. And that'll be for a first down.
Well, Dinas, nice double move at the end of that. Yarnick bit out a little bit deeper. It ended up being a curl-out route. Yarnick at that point had stayed with him for quite a while, thought he was going to go deep, and that gave him the room for the throw.
Something I hadn't seen all year. Cody Yeager blitzed on that play, so it was one-on-one coverage for Yarnick.
Well, you're going to see some different stuff, too, because we've talked about Evan McCracken not being on the field offensively. He's not in there at linebacker. Austin Blau.
That was a quarterback keeper on first down as Muthler took it, got brought down.
Joe McEnany on the tackle. Joe had a hold of him, but he didn't have a really good angle, so he was able to fight forward for a nice gain on the play. So it brings up second down and about 4. He had him after about a 2-yard gain, but he was behind him, had him by the waist, and had to twirl him down, and he ended up twirling him forward for a gain of a couple extra yards. So,
all right, no score, 8:37 remaining in the first quarter. This is the first drive of the game for any team. And this is Hunter Smith, who really goes nowhere. So Richland doing a good job clogging up the middle. It'll bring up a third down and about 5.
Well, they've crossed well enough over into Richland territory. They're at the 36, 37-yard line. You would think this is 4-down territory for Central. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little delayed run here and set yourself up, even if you get a short gain with a short 4th down and 2 maybe. But they also like to throw it to those back corners once they get near the 35. So it might be a moment where they take a pop.
Yeah, you got to watch out for number 4, Jack Dunn, who's lined up wide left. Third down and 5. Muthler doing a hard count, drops back to throw, and that's exactly where he's. Kind of exactly what we called it. It was a long throw out to Jack Dunn along the left sideline. Caught over Austin Yarnick, able to break a tackle and gets into the end zone. So touchdown for Central. Good drive by Central. Ball started at their own 21-yard line and moved the ball well down the field. A lot on the arm of Eli Muthler. Hunter Smith now on to attempt the extra point. It is Lucas Black will be the holder. Low snap. Ball is placed down. Hunter Smith will put this one through. So 7-0 now. Your score. So good opening drive for Central, Jim. Richland's going to just have to make a couple of adjustments.
Well, the 3rd down and 9 conversion was the big one. They had the opportunity there. They certainly would have punted. They were on their own side of the field when they converted on that long 3rd down play. Only a couple of plays, one for less than 4 yards on that drive, so they're going to have to bottle it down. Again, we're going to talk all night about the running back that is Evan McCracken, but the reality is he's Well, Joe Penna, Evan McCracken, and I think Joe McEnany have gone back and forth as being leading tackler on this team all year. So they're all three in that neighborhood. So Evan McCracken, maybe coming into this game, might have been your leading tackler. So not having that and that speed to force things in the perimeter, certainly something folks are going to have to adjust to, and they're going to have to make a read. And you don't have your defensive coordinator.
I was just going to bring that up, Jim. Maybe more importantly, especially on the defensive side of the ball, is we're without defensive coordinator Tim Ripple, who unfortunately is suspended for the next 2 games after the aftermath of the ugliness that happened when Chestnut Ridge visited Hurlinger Field last week.
Guys, this has kind of been a theme though with Richland in the last couple of games, giving up that first drive, then making adjustments, settling in, and stuff them.
Right, Richland's not going to panic sponge. That's a great point. I mean, they've been in this spot before where a lot of teams, Jim, let's face it, 9-0 teams most of the time. Heck, Richland's been in that spot before too. You're used to blowing everybody out. We've been in running clocks all year long, not used to being in adversity. Richland's kind of faced adversity pretty much all season long, down in a couple of games, down at halftime in a couple of games, and they've been able to shown that they can adapt and adjust.
As a parent of a player, I'd say yes, it's been a grind. I tell you, now, so this is going to be, I think, one of the keys for the Rams today, punt return and kick return. I think they're going to have to make hay of the open field here. I think the Central Martinsburg, I think they'll look to avoid keeping it deep. I would look for something middle of the field, or they might try to do a positional kick sideline to try to prevent big run backs, because they know as well if they can hold Richland there, they force this new offense, whatever it's going to be, to drive a longer distance.
All right, Hunter Smith off to kick it away. It'll be Austin Yarnick and Arnold Magera back deep for the Rams. And the kick is up, and they're going to kick this deep. It'll be Arnold Magera who will field it just out over the 10-yard line, over the 20-yard line, makes a move, 25, 30, and will drag a couple players as he gets to about the 35-yard line. It's a good return from Arnold Magera.
Not bad, out to the 35. I got to tell you, there was a little hesitation there where I thought he wanted to go left or right, and I think straight ahead would have been the recipe. I will say this, if Arnold Magera has the ball and you're feeling a sense of relief because it's Evan McCracken, you're probably making a mistake. Arnold is just about as fast as Evan McCracken. So here it is.
Quarterback number 68.
All right, so Easton Robertson will be the running back here, and you have number 68, Ethan Janidlo, in at quarterback. And he will hand us off to Easton Robertson. Easton Robertson will go nowhere, maybe just no gain on the play. Good penetration there by number 24. That is Braden Beach.
So 2 things at play there, right? You don't have Evan and you don't have Janidlo on that line. But you got to still be committed to doing that from time to time, so they respect it. So hopefully it opens things up out on the flank.
So actually about a half-yard loss. So bring up second down and about 11. Janidlo will go back under the gun here. Drop back to throw. Janidlo looking long left.
Too much.
Was looking for Jameer Christian. Will fall incomplete. So bring up third down and 10. And once again, we were out in the amongst the people. And Jim, this is an odd situation. We're up on the Richland side of the field. But we are amongst a lot of Central fans here. We are obviously in the Central section.
Well, the referee just made one of the linemen from Richland leave because of a band on his leg, which I can't recall the Munchausen thing that's around your knee, but apparently he didn't think it was approved. So we've got a backup to a backup out there on the offensive line now on our first third down play.
He waited till a third play to tell him.
All right, so third down and 10.
Maybe deep right to Magera here.
The low will throw this one. Was looking for Arnold Magera. A low throw will fall incomplete, so Richland going to have to punt. And their punter was normally Evan McCracken, and I think Ethan Janidlo is going to take over those duties as well.
So it will be Janidlo on to punt. High snap. Gets it clean and lets it rip.
That's a nice punt.
Fair catch called for.
Yeah, fair caught right about the 35-yard line. So Richland trailing now 7-0 with 6:46 remaining here in the first quarter. Not the opening drive Richland wanted, obviously, but again, I mean, you're dealing with a whole new quarterback who hasn't had much time under center, really just this week unfortunately,
guys,
the injury.
Coach Bailey, talking to him there, saying just settle down. It's not a big deal.
I will say this on the plus side of it, Jameer Christian had beaten his man.
Oh, he was beat, yeah, for sure.
So their speed on the outside, and he's not even the biggest threat that we have. We got to find a way to get a stop here on defense, though, and get the ball back.
All right, so Muthler, who had a good first series, will go into the gun here, first down and 10 at the Scarlet Dragon 35-yard line. Back to throw again. Straight back. Has time. Now he has to roll out and goes up the middle, cuts out to his right over the 40-yard line before going out of bounds and brought down out of bounds. No flag thrown. And, of course, we are in Central territory, so you can hear the fans on the side of us not agreeing with the non-call.
Well, they're going to react to that. The referee was right there. The problem is that the Richland players are standing right there, so that
we got away with one.
All right.
He was out of bounds. He gave him a shove.
All right, so again, if you're just joining us, we apologize. Our feed's going to be going out every now and then. We don't have an actual power source. We have a large battery, which is going to cut out every once in a while. So if you lose us, don't worry. We're coming right back.
Second, too, it'll be interesting if Central decides to take a deep pop here and risk losing yardage, or if they just kind of grind out and get the first down, try to run the ball and get the first down.
Ball thrown 42-yard line as Muthler goes back to throw again. Muthler, a quick throw out to his left. It is caught. Looks like maybe shy of the 45-yard line. Should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, I actually think he had to go back a little bit for the ball. He was set for it, but when he dove, he actually dove back a little bit to catch it. So it might be just short.
I was going to say they're marking his sticks here just a little short, maybe third down and about half a yard. In fact, they're going to measure right now, Jim. So yeah, this is great. So we were out, we were talking in the car. It's a beautiful night, and really, I thought it was going to be cold. We were talking about. I think we need Snuggies out here for the times that we do have to come out. It'll be awesome. We can get Richland Football Network Snuggies for us.
Might come to that.
But it is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I put on a sweatshirt. I don't know if I even need it. It is that nice out here for a beautiful October night.
He got it.
Yeah, it is a first down for Central. So Richland going to have to dig deep here and get a stop on defense. The first drive for the Central Scarlett Dragons. Started at their own 21-yard line, ended up in a score on a long pass from Muthler to Dunn in the left corner of the end zone. So your score is 7-0 Central.
Good coverage there. The Rams didn't get a lot of pressure till the end, and he eluded the first man that got to him. And on that long first down play.
All right, Muthler will hand us off to Hunter. All right, so Hunter Smith went off right tackle, got tackled by Joe Penna after a 3-yard gain. We'll bring up second down and 7.
Well, and Central will, likes to throw it out into the flat. I don't know if they'll take the deep pop now, but I will say I do think this quarterback has a strong arm, but I do think he throws it to the first place he looks.
All right, so second down and 7, ball at the 47-yard line of Central. Fakes the handoff. Muthler is going to throw this one out to his right. Will fall incomplete, just a low throw. He was looking for number 6, Thade Mickle.
Well, I tell you, Nickel had gotten enough. Blau was on coverage. Would have brought him down right away, but it still would have been a nice game. Would have left him with third down and maybe 2, as it is now third and maybe 7. And, again, another big play for the Rams.
All right, so we'll see what Richland dials up here. Last time they had a 3rd and 9, and were able to convert.
Central's got a good blocking scheme going on. We're not getting anywhere near the quarterback.
Yeah, only one time I can remember that we got some good heat on him where he had to throw it away. So we'll see what Richland does here. 3rd down and 7.
Well, McEnany and Penna are lined up to try to provide some heat. There is a blocker out in that left side.
All right, looking for Dunn, I believe. And this is going to be a little crossing play. They were looking for Dunn coming over on a slant play. Good coverage by Austin Yarnick, and the ball will fall incomplete. Ball thrown him just a little bit high, and will bring up 4th down. So Richland does a good job on that series, stopping Central.
And we go right back to one of my keys for the game. I think this punter is I think the key would be for Austin not necessarily to catch his ball on the fly. I think he's going to kick it short. About 36 yards is where I think he's been averaging out. And whether Austin can get a clean bounce and take it on the run and then try to get us some yardage on the fly. Let's see if our special teams can provide a little offensive spark.
All right, Austin Yarnick at his own 20-yard line here. Hunter Smith gets the snap. Holds it for as long as he can, then kicks. That's a nice
launch.
kick. This may go out of the end zone. No, it's a great kick.
out of
No,
the
it did,
end
out of the
zone.
end zone.
There we
It
go.
did
The
stay
end
in
zone.
bounds.
I got to tell you, I watched 3 games worth of kicks. He's never kicked the ball like that.
That was nice.
But I never saw him run to the right like that.
Yeah.
And he
It's
hit a
almost, like
beautiful
it's almost
spiral.
like the rugby style kickers you see a lot now. A lot of those Australian kickers, the rugby styles.
You sure
will
it's
take
the
it and
same
run
guy,
out.
Jim?
I'd have to double check the numbers out of the tape there, but that was a heck of a punt.
That guy looked like Reggie Roby.
There you go. All right, first down and 10. Richland takes over at their own 20-yard line, trailing 7-0 with 5:03 remaining in the first quarter. The first series did not go so well for Richland. They went 3 and out. Ethan Janidlo now empty backfield here for him.
I wouldn't be surprised Jude McGarrett get a ball here. Jude McGarrett's guy's on press coverage, and I think Jude has a physical advantage over him.
Yarnick goes in motion. Yarnick will take the little sweep, and Yarnick will pick up about 3 yards.
You might get a little bit more now. Again, it's a
They
little,
might give him 4.
It's a
We'll
little,
see.
it's a little funky looking at it from behind the sticks. I can't
is.
recall the last time I dealt with that, but that's a gain of 4.
He had room to get outside.
Again-
He cut that up.
You're looking for ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers, and with Evan out of the game, some of your more explosive playmakers are wide receivers.
All right, so second down and 6 as Easton Robertson now will go into backfield. Pistol formation now here for Janidlo. And Janidlo will hand this one off to Easton Robertson. Easton Robertson goes off right tackle, gets over the 25-yard line to about the 26.
Handoff goes to Robertson.
We'll bring up third down and about 4. Jameer Christian will check in along with Preston Warner.
Well, this
as
is
Cody Yeager and Luke Feitel will check out.
every third down's a big third down, but with Richland now at their own 26-yard line, if they have to punt here, it's going to give Central a relatively good field position. If they can't,
And there was the freeze play. Central definitely went over the neutral
well, the
zone. They did not throw the flag.
the referee shook his head no. We'll take that as the payback for the late hit, apparently.
All right, so third down and 4. Janidlo throws this one. It was a low throw. He had his man. He had Preston Warner enough for the first down, but threw it into the ground. I saw Janidlo actually during warm-ups doing the same thing, having a hard. Maybe he couldn't get a grip of the football, but he threw that one.
He's looking a little too mechanical. Just needs to relax.
All right, so that'll bring up fourth down and 4. Janidlo is your punter, so he will drop back to punt. It'll be Jacob Benton back deep for Central.
I thought Benton looked a little shaky on that fair catch, and he took a bad angle on the ball. He caught it around his knee, so
High
Very
snap
high
again
snap
over
to
the head of
Powell.
Janidlo.
he better off to just take the lay down.
And Janidlo is going to
Face
take this
mask.
one out of the end zone.
He'd have been better off to take the safety
Yeah,
once
take
he
the
was in
safety.
the end zone rather than give
Yeah,
Central
and
the
he's
ball
pulling his
front.
face mask.
He definitely pulled his face mask.
Yeah. So
You're not going
Central's-
to get that call on the road. Well, I can't imagine you're not going to get 3 straight runs here from as close as they are. It's marked
At the 1 yard line.
maybe
Looks like
maybe the 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5. So, yeah, Janidlo, I think, was better off. I think, too, Jim, maybe just laying down on it, taking the safety. He tries to run us
He
out.
could have thrown it. Would have been an incomplete pass. It would have been their ball back at the 25. But
All right, so ball,
Definitely a face mask.
yeah, ball 2 yard line. This is going to be a direct snap to Hunter Smith, as Hunter Smith will take this one, and he will go into the end zone. So another Central touchdown off a bad snap on the punt. So Richland just needs to kind of get their composure here, down 13-0, pending the extra point. Yeah, we'll do that at the end. Then again, we could get a TV timeout too, Jim. We're going to run down our sponsors as soon as we do get a chance.
Smith will attempt the point after.
So at 3:25 remaining here in the first quarter, Central up 13-0. That's a bad snap, too. Hunter Smith has to pick this one up. Hunter Smith rolls out to his left. Going to throw it to the end zone and has a man for a 2-point conversion. So Hunter Smith did a good job off the bad snap. Able to pick it up, rolled out to his left. Found a man in the end zone for a successful 2-point conversion.
Well, let's go over some of these sponsors here. Roof for Juve, Senator Langerholt, Advantage Auto, Mahalco's, Ed DiMartino, DMD, the Slovenian Savings and Loan, FX Screen Printing, our friends at the Fifth Bar and Grill, Flair of Country, Johnstown Construction, Nico's, FWF, First Team Advertising, John Ponchione, Wimber Care. Best Window, First Summit Bank, Pinnacle Chiropractic, Dean Jordan Tire, Ponchione Financial, RPM Signs, Advanced Office Systems, DB Homes, the Laura Auto Group, Precious Metals and Diamonds, Beauty Lawn, Memorial Chevrolet, Chansun Song Wimber Medical, Rizzo's, Carlino Eye Care, Sporting Good Discounters, TAP 814, Asiago's. Ashbro Landscaping, Vantage Physical Therapy, RNDT, Moore Family Dentistry, and Big Dog's Grill.
All right, so unfortunately this game is sort of playing out as we might expect. I mean, Richland's dealing with a lot of guys in a lot of new positions, unfortunately. Off to a slow start, to say the least. But the bad snap is not something that's been happening a whole lot this year. We don't have a new snapper in there. It's a new punter, obviously. But that snap went well over the head of Ethan Janidlo. So 15-0 now your score here. Central is leading Richland with 3:25 remaining here in the first quarter. We are in a TV timeout as WJAC is here.
I was going to say, with all the injuries and stuff and no Coach Rip, you got to pretty much play a pretty perfect game and can't have mistakes like that.
All right, so as the Rams face an important possession here, the TV timeout is a fortunate thing for Richland. They're getting the ball back. They're down by 2 scores plus with the 2-point conversion. But a chance to look at some quick sideline video as to what they're doing defensively, get the ball back. I think the Rams just need to get a couple of first downs, get that first score, and start to feel it. The reality is the defense has done an okay job, you can't. While that was a quick touchdown drive, it was from the 1.5-yard line, and they basically just stacked it up and kept pushing the pile. So. Some offensive inefficiencies impacting the defense. Again, they call that complementary football for a reason.
All right, so it will be Austin Yarnick and Arnold Magera back deep for the Rams. Hunter Smith going to kick it away here. Did a good job on handling that bad snap, Hunter Smith did. Able to pick it up, roll out to his left, and find a man in the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
I'd like to see this ball go to Yarnick.
And he's going to kick it that way, so Yarnick will pick it up right around the 10-yard line. Turns around to 15, the 20, and brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Would have liked to see it go to Yarnick on the fly. That ball was rolling and it died, so it wasn't going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, we're not used to a grass surface. The ball is going to bounce a lot differently than it will on turf. And we'll see what Richland can do. I think Richland just needs to get something to feel good about themselves here.
Can make the blocks, too.
Yeah. All right, so Janidlo will go into the gun here. Empty backfield for Ethan Janidlo.
I got to tell you, my instinct here is to start to work the brothers Magera. You've got Jude and Arnold lined up on this left side right in front of us.
Yeah, Austin Yornick lined up wide to the right as Christian will go in motion. And this will be Janidlo, takes it by himself, goes over the 25-yard line. Good gain for Ethan Janidlo, gets to about the 27.
Well, it's that middle ground. You want to protect that. It's what might be your last quarterback on the roster.
Exactly. Well, you have Jameer Christian, good quarterback.
The quarterback running the ball, there's 4 yards there. That sets you up in a good second down spot. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another option at it. I think Janidlo is better with the deep ball or the very short ball than that mid-range stuff, at least from what we've seen so far.
All right, 2nd down and 6. The Rams are at their own 27-yard line. They trail 15-0 here with 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. As Christian will go in motion again to his right, Jameer Christian will turn this one up, and he's going to maybe lose a couple yards back to the 25. So try to do a little bit of a jet sweep out to the right side, and Jameer Christian goes down. We'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Jameer's he's the classic scat, right? He can create all kind of chaos if he gets to open field, but he's smaller, so if you get a good hold of him, it can bust it up. If they manage to get the ball in the open field, it can be chaos for the other team.
What I like to see is a slant play. The slant plays have worked pretty well for Richland. 3rd down and 8. They have a deep safety here, number 5, Eli Muthler, hanging around the 40-yard line. Janidlo back to throw. Janidlo heaves this one over the middle to the right, and that is the deep safety. They'll pick it off. Eli Muthler. Muthler over the 40-yard line, the 35, before he's hit and brought down right around the 32 by Luke Feitel. So the interception thrown by Janidlo, and everything that could go wrong is going wrong in this game.
Well, it was difficult to ask the defense to rise up from the 1 or the 1.5 yard line on their previous bad snap. This is not good. This is 4-down territory for Central. They're at the 32, and again, I'm going to remind you, they like to throw that back corner ball when they get to around the 35, so you've got to watch for it. But this is a moment now where the Richland defense, if they're going to try to carry the load, it's time now.
All right, 1st down and 10 from the Richland 32-yard line come Central. Central will hand this one off to Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith will get to about the 30-yard line, short gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Here's the thing, though, Jim. Richland's going to have to find something going on. Remember, this game is just for the Laurel Highlands Conference. But next week starts the district playoff games. And so Richland's going to have to find some sort of continuity, something good, even no matter what happens in this game. They have more football to play, and they're going to need to find something that can work for them going into next week as well.
Short gain on that one, so big 2nd down player for Richland. If they can get a negative or keep no gain on it, create a little pressure.
All right, 2nd down and 8. Muthler fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, finds Dunn. Dunn brought down by Austin Yarnick. And we'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2, maybe 1. 3rd down and 1.
Maybe, maybe a tick longer than that. But they, so this is, again, Central's poison here. Do they want to try to run it twice, get the 1st down? Do they take their deep pop here now? I would think at this point, just getting the 1st down, getting out of this 1st quarter, being in command of it, I would look for a run here just to either get the 1st down or get closer. Richland looking for something to provide a spark here.
All right, they're going to put Hunter Smith in at quarterback, is what they did when they got around the 1.5 yard line and scored a touchdown. So Smith going to take it himself, and Smith will pick his way. Smith able to bounce it out to the left side now, and Smith is going to go all the way for another Central Scarlett Dragon touchdown. And it looks like the referee got taken out right at about the 11-yard line, so he was down. Touchdown, Central.
I don't think that Austin Yarnick could have caught him, but Austin ran headlong into that official as he tried to backtrack to go to get to that defense of it. So,
Yeah, we know that Evan is a great running back, but his defense is missing tonight, and Coach Rip being, not being here.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, you have guys playing new spots now. I mean, it's going to take time for Richland. They're losing right here 21-0, pending the extra point. Last one was a bad snap. It would be turned into a 2-point conversion by Hunter Smith. This time a good snap, good hold, kick is up. And the kick is going to be good. So Hunter Smith puts the Central Dragons up 22-0 here with 3 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter. And yeah, just as we talked about on the car ride on the way here, Richland going to have to adapt and sponge. So far, a little tough sledding here for the Rams.
Yeah, they can't seem to get out of their own way here.
Go ahead, Sponge.
They're going to have to come up with some other ideas, like you were saying earlier.
Well, I'm going to throw this out there. First off, on that last play, the defense, they've got to show the maturity. They gave up the big run, but the reality was they were trying to drive that backwards, and when they didn't get it, he just hesitated, then went left, and he was through the entire defense 2 steps into that. So they kind of sold out. So a little bit more lane discipline. That's a young defense feeling the pressure of what's happening with their offense, for one. Number 2, I agree. We got to find some other stuff. But I'm also going to tell you, we talked about it before the game. What do you want to put on tape? I mean, you want to win this game. You don't want to get run off the field. But by the same token, if you've got some other things that work for you better, do you want to show it in a Lower Highlands Conference game? It's like an injured player. If you got a guy that's 80%, but he could be out there, would he be playing today, or would you save him for next week?
Right.
So what you want to see right now most out of the team is some grit. Can they find a way to make a play or two and make a game of it? Down 21-0 with only 3 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. So
All
it
right.
looks like we went to a TV timeout with
3 seconds left in the first quarter, kind of weird. But we'll get and run down our sponsors again. We can't thank them enough. Thank you to Big Dogs Bar and Grill, More Family Dentistry, RNDT, Vantage Physical Therapy, Ashboro Landscaping, Market Basket, Asiagos, Tap 814, Sporting Goods Discounters, Cardellino Eye Care, Rizzo's, Chansun Chong Medical Center, Memorial Chevrolet, Beauty Lawn, Precious Metals and Diamond Company, Laurel Auto Group, DB Homes, Advanced Office Systems, RPM Signs, Ponchione Financial, Dean Jordan Tire, Pinnacle Chiropractic, First Summit Bank, Best Window and Door Company, Wimber Care, John Ponchione, First Team Advertising, FWF, Nico's, Johnstown Construction, Flair of Country, The Fifth Bar and Grill, FX Screen Printing, Slovenian Savings and Loan, Dr. Edward L. DiMartino, DMD, Mahalco's, Advantage Auto, Senator Wayne Langerholtz, and Roof Rejuve. And thank you, one and all. And thank you to Jim Penna for Press Box in a Box, which will be on an infomercial pretty soon, because this is pretty darn ingenious. I mean, we didn't know what you're. I mean, at first I saw the picture of this little thing you sent me, this little box. I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens. Well, it is.
Jim, we will never question you again.
That's what I said. We will never ever question Jim Penna again.
Other than the 6x4 canopy, I had to go buy. The rest of this is made of scraps from my garage, and it is indeed a little press box on the side, right down to tables. We have tables.
It's fantastic.
Well, the Richland offense is going to have to. They're going to have to find the same ingenuity. They've got to make something out of the scraps in their garage right now.
All right, so Hunter Smith kicks this one up. This is going to be to Austin Yornick.
Here
Kicks
it
it up on the
comes.
fly, right around the 9-yard line, over the 20, the 25, and brought down by the neck as he got over the 25-yard line.
By number 24, Brady.
We have spent a lot of time between our 20 and our 35 offensively.
Yep. Yeah, Richland does not have a first down so far in this game. They've only had 2 possessions in this game. One ended up in actually both ended up in a 3-and-out. One ended up was a bad snap. Was it 3 3-and-outs?
It's the first time I've moved all night.
3 3-and-outs.
A 3-and-out, and then the bad snap on the
Oh,
punt,
and then the interception. That's right, then the interception. So once again, we apologize if we go out every now and then. We're under battery power tonight as we're amongst the people here at Central, and it is being fantastic because it is a gorgeous night. Jim already took off his sweatshirt.
That's more superstition than heat at this point. I'm trying to change the mojo. I might be shirtless in 5 minutes if something doesn't change.
I may not be here in 5 minutes then.
All right, so Bald Eagle area right now with a 20-0 lead over Penn Cambria.
That's kind of a shock.
Well, I'm sure folks are looking at this score and kind of thinking the same thing if they don't know the circumstances under which they're playing. And I will point out, this is an unbeaten team, Central, ranked in the state, top 10 as well for AAA. So a bad night at the office to show up short-staffed, but the Rams need to find something here. And I'm telling you, I think the answer is the deep ball, or we just go jumbo and we start running that quarterback behind a couple of big blockers.
That's kind of what I'm looking for. I would go more of a heavy package. We're going empty backfield here for Janidlo. First down and 10. Janidlo will keep it himself, and Janidlo able to push a man over as he got over the 35-yard line. So, yeah, a little heavy running by Ethan Janidlo may be the answer here, as he was able to push a player for Central back about a couple of yards.
He leveled number 3, Max Baker, who was one of the seniors introduced. I think his plan was to go to college. I think his plan now is to not tackle Ethan Janidlo.
He might have pushed him back into his junior year. I'm not sure about that.
Janidlo probably has 100 pounds on the guy.
All right, so the first down for Richland, as Janidlo picks it up with his legs. The 37-yard line now of Richland. Richland trails 22-0 with 11:37 remaining here in the second quarter. As Luke Feitel will go across the formation, Janidlo again will keep it. Janidlo will get over the 40-yard line. So Janidlo picks up 5, second down and 5 upcoming.
Look, I'll. If we end up in a 4th down and 1, I'm going to tell you that I don't think Coach Bailey is going to punt it from midfield here the way this has gone.
Central showing press coverage and back.
All right. So as he rolled right, Jameer Christian was covered, broke his route. He never saw the ball coming. I think Janidlo actually ended up throwing a pretty good pass under pressure there to the right. So it does bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Rams. And so you're trading that big size. Grayson Malo was an excellent runner, a bit niftier of foot than what Janidlo is, so maybe not as strong as Janidlo is when he brings the thunder.
Easton Robertson will be a quarterback now. Easton Robertson, little wildcat, and Robertson gets hit hard. Maybe he picked up a yard, but that's going to bring up 4th down. And I'm not sure what Richland's going to do. It's going to be 4th.
First off, if they had 4th and 1, I think maybe we'd be looking at it. And they're bunched up.
They're bringing in the heavies. We got
maybe a freeze play here. This is Bubba, the formation Bubba.
All right, so here we go. 4th down and 5. Janidlo keeping himself. Janidlo plows forward, and I don't think he's going to have enough here for the 1st down. They'll come a couple yards short, so Richland will turn it over on downs. Central will take over at the Richland, looks like maybe the 44-yard line.
Guys, I had a quick chat with Evan McCracken down here. He said everything that can go wrong is going wrong. And I said, how big of a difference is it not to have Coach Ripple? And he said, huge. He said he's like a 12th player on that field with us.
Janidlo comes up gimpy. Our quarterback, our 5th quarterback, maybe 6th quarterback of the year, is limping off the field right now as we set up on defense.
Yep, that's not good. So just another thing that goes wrong here for Richland as Muthler will go under the gun here. 1st down and 10. Muthler looking to his left, now rolls out to his right, directing a man. And he makes the catch and hit hard by Luke Feitel. That was number 87 for Central. Not sure where my sheet went. Oh, there it is.
It's under your sponsor list, my man.
I got it, under my sponsor list. So that was number 87, Jackson Detterline. Picks up 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. Took a shot from Luke Feitel.
Again, I got to tell you, good coverage by the backfield of the Richland Rams. It's taking a lot of time. You can only cover so long. We got nobody lined up right here. Now Yarnick comes out.
All right, so in 2nd down and 7, they ran Hunter Smith out to the right side, and he was brought down pretty quickly. In fact, for a loss on the play, 3rd down and 8 now.
Declan Piscatello brought him down.
So Piscatello, is he still wearing the orange shoes?
No orange shoes.
Why are we not wearing the orange shoes?
That's going to be a question for later.
Okay, so Declan takes off the orange shoes, makes a nice play there. Muthler set up the screenplay, which was
Well, right now what you have is you have Central with the courage of the fact that our offense has done nothing, going for it on 4th down from midfield.
Yeah, 4th down and 8. Muthler back there has plenty of time. Muthler
Short
throwing
ball.
long up to his left, and dropped. Nice reroute there. I think that's number 1, Jacob Benton, who made a nice reroute to the ball and just couldn't hold on. So Richland will take.
So the backup to our backup to our backup is out of the game, and we are now on our backup quarterback.
Yes, Jameer Christian now, who's been quarterbacking the JV team, will now have to take over for the big club here. And this is not obviously something that's bad enough that you're losing the game, obviously. But, Sponge, we could not afford any more injuries. And now you lose the number 3 quarterback on the season.
All right. And I haven't seen our defensive line get shut down like this all year. They're not even getting a sniff at the quarterback.
Well, I mean, they clogged them down there pretty good, Sponge.
That was a pretty good defensive series there, I thought, there as well.
Now, the quarterback having time to throw.
Yeah, Muthler having a lot of time, but pretty good coverage by Richland down the field. It was a nice throw, actually, and Ben made a really nice adjustment to the football and just couldn't quite hold on.
He has a super cannon here.
Most of our defensive pressures for the quarterback in the backfield comes from McCracken, Penna, or McEnany. And when you take McCracken out of the equation, then that's just one less key player you have to block. That screen pass they tried to run, I haven't, and of course I watched Joe more closely than most people. Joe ended up running a blitz up the middle on that. Now, they had a good play call for it, but even with that, he closed so quickly, he had to throw that ball so high, it ended up busting up the play. It almost, in fact, ended up an interception for Declan Piscatello. So, you're going to have to come at him from different angles with different people. They've accounted for Penna and McEnany, I think, pretty well. You're right, Sponge.
Hey, guys, a former quarterback, now this is going back, Noah Ritko. He's warming up.
Yeah.
We kind of forgot about him, because he's just the kicker. But I think he played some quarterback.
He did, but I think Stone was saying he may have had some arm trouble.
He did. Noah's been the quarterback for Joe's group coming up all through 7th, 8th, and through Rockets. He had his shoulder injured. He wanted to keep on kicking, and so didn't. But you're liable to see something. Now, here's a guy that can run and a throw. Intercepted.
And it's picked off. So Jameer Christian on his first throw. This is going to be returned for, I think, believe almost a touchdown. Down inside the, see where they spot this right around the, I can't tell what yard line it's on, but anyway. So Jameer Christian rolled out. He faked the handoff, rolled out to his right, and really hit Eli Muthler right in the number 5. And Eli Muthler takes this down deep in Richland territory. It'll be first down and probably goal here.
I would have liked to see him run there.
I did too. He had some space.
He had some room. And, and I'm telling you, Jameer Christian in the open field can be a headache. And on the plus side, that was a firm football. I haven't seen him throw before. That was a firm football. Now, it was read pretty well by the defensive back for Central Martinsburg. Richland now
There's a flag on the play here. It's an illegal substitution, I believe, as a man had to run off the field for Central. So first down and goal now from the 15 it's going to be off the interception by Eli Muthler. It's the second interception of the game for Muthler.
Well, that one, the first one was just a ball thrown in the air that I don't think the quarterback got a full thrust on. This one, he read. Jameer thought he had a guy open, and he jumped the route. And that one is being opportunistic, and the other one is just being an excellent football player. That on that particular play, the defensive back read the quarterback, set him up, and then jumped it.
It reminded me of that play a couple weeks ago, Dom Shank.
Rolled out to his right, and hit the,
It's just a matter of a read, and these guys are freshmen, trying to play quarterback, and they'll get better.
Yeah, I mean, this is all going to be a learning experience. Again, Richland just coming in all sorts of banged up. They lose Ethan Janillo, who was the 3rd-string quarterback, and now you're on your 4th-string quarterback. And this will be Hunter Smith now, who will be quarterbacking here for Central as it's first down and goal from the 15-yard line. And it was a handoff to Muthler, who threw it, and they're going to call pass interference, I think, on Richland. That's going to be Jude McGarrah, I believe, who is covering Benton.
Well, that'll be half the distance to the goal and still first down.
It's not right. It's not. It doesn't go to the 1. It's just going to be a.
The shame of that is that was a low pass. A halfback pass, it was a low pass. Jude was between the ball and the guy. Obviously, I'm going to take the referee's word for it that Jude put a hand on him. But it was going to hit Jude it was going to hit McGarrah in the back. In fact, the ball did hit him in the back, but that doesn't change the fact if he put hands on body and pushed him. And again, they're far enough away that I couldn't possibly see whether that actually unfolded that way or not. But it was good. The defender did a good job of being between the ball and the pass.
All right, it's first down and goal from the 8, as it will be still Hunter Smith in at quarterback right now. Eli Muthler is split out wide left, and this is Smith, who will try to go up the middle. Joe Penna from behind has a grab, and about 10 other Richland players also have a grab of Hunter Smith.
So McEnany actually got first fingers on him, then Joe wrapped in two. Still a gain of a few in the crowd, and the line was pushing. I'm a fan of the. I'm a fan of the officials blowing the whistle quickly on those scrums, which is one of the reasons I think Westmont's offense, if they just let that push go forever, I sooner or later.
Oh, this is a handoff to Hunter Smith on first. Second down and goal from the 7, and Hunter Smith. So Hunter Smith takes it in for another Central Scarlett Dragon touchdown. 28-0 your score pending the extra point now with 7:04 remaining in the second quarter. Low snap. Kick is up, and the kick is going to be good, so Hunter Smith will drill this one through for a 29-0 score. And unfortunately, this is for the Laurel Highlands Championship game, and as we've been talking about all night, and if you're not aware, Richland is coming in all sorts of banged up. Down 2 quarterbacks, down Evan McCracken, now down Ethan Janidlo, down your defensive coordinator. Very difficult to play, and Richland's going to have, again, Jim, this is not the last game of the year. This is just, game 10, Laurel Highlands Championship game. They do have playoffs coming up. You need to see something that they can rally around going into next week and feeling good about themselves.
Well, I'm gonna take it beyond the actual X's and O's and just tell you I need to see these guys rally together. At this point, you're down 29-0 against a very good team, and obviously your quarterback situation is a bit of a mystery to you. What I want to see are they still grinding? Are they still working? Are they playing it like it's a one-score game? Because that's really how you have to approach it, and show that kind of discipline. It's easy to be into a game when you're the one that's up 29-0, or when you're the one that's up 17-0. Right now, Richland have to keep working. There's more at stake than the balance of this game right now, especially since so much of this team is so very young. Even prior to tonight, and we were talking about our starting quarterback being hurt. He was a freshman to begin with. Right, so what kind of character is forming here in terms of their football character and their ability to fight through this? And it's not just the guys that are out in the field. You got to watch guys that are on the sideline, guys who are into it. Or do guys stay engaged, and are they ready? Do they want a piece of this to go out there and stay alive? That's got to be the mentality.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of heads down over here, and they need to get it up, show some heart, and compete. You got to get back. Got to score some points there.
Yeah, the problem is game 2, and Richland has 3 turnovers in this game, two by interceptions, and one with a bad snap on a punt that Ethan Janidlo tried to take out of the end zone and got to about the 1.5-yard line is where Central took over. So if you look at the scoreboard, it's 29-0, but Richland has hurt themselves a lot just by turning over the football. All right, so Central going to kick it off to the Rams here as Yarnick and Arnold Magera go back deep for the Rams. It is 29-0 with 7:04 remaining here in the second quarter. This is for the Laurel Highlands Championship. Hunter Smith having a very good game here tonight for the Central Scarlett Dragons.
Well, I would tell you, Magera and Yarnick are both capable of taking this to the house right away.
And this will be kicked to Arnold Magera. Picks up right around the 10-yard line. Arnold Magera shakes and bakes. Has a good return as he's out to about the 35-yard line. That's a second good return by Arnold Magera tonight.
Again, as he's coming, you're saying he's shaking and baking, and that there's a head bob, a movement there. I think it's only slowing him down. I think you ought to just go ahead and hit the throttle and see if somebody takes a bad angle at him.
He's looking for style points.
Yeah. Well, we're down 29-0. That style has left the building. All right.
All right. So Jameer Christian taking over quarterback duties on his first start as the Rams, I should say his first possession as a Rams quarterback. He threw an interception right in the arms of Muthler. Back to throw again. Now he's going to keep it this time. Rolls out to his right, and he is picked up and tossed down as he got over the 37-yard line.
Yeah, I don't have the weight for Jameer Christian in front of me. Do you have his measurables? But I'm going to guess it's like 102 pounds if he's got to roll. My point is he's not a big guy. So if you get a hold of him, you're going to stop him. The tricky part is getting a hold of him.
Christian was able to pick up 4 yards, 2nd down and 6. Throws this quickly out to Jude McGarrah. Jude McGarrah hit immediately. This is going to be for a loss on the play. They read that play well.
Well, look, there's a domino effect going on here now. Let me start with the fact that since Christian is in there now, quarterback, Ethan Choi is one of our starting wide receivers, and he's barely seen any time. Also, because we're so far down the depth chart on quarterback, they're simply not respecting the deep ball. So a lot of the bubble stuff, a lot of the short stuff that we mix in and out isn't effective because everybody's pressing. Look, there's nobody 6 yards off the line. Everybody is pushed up, and they're going to challenge this quarterback to make something happen. That was actually our first completion of the game.
This is the perfect time to run a slant play as far as I'm concerned. You have that, you run Yarnick on a slant maybe. And no, it's going to be Christian keeps it out, rolls out to his left. He has plenty of room out on the left side. He is over the, looks like the 45-yard line into Central territory. So good run by Jameer Christian. Gives the Rams a first down.
He's a light kid, but he'll take a hit and get right back up.
Well, he's got to learn how to step out of bounds on that one, Sponge. He had his yard of gain. The guy had an angle. Just run to the sideline. What do they say,
he took another big pop.
First down, touchdown, get down, right? Pick your choice. So, you like to see him scrambling out there.
Here's the good thing. Richland into Central territory for the first time tonight at the 45-yard line as Christian rolls out to his right this time. Going to keep it himself. Christian able to pick his way close to the 40-yard line. They'll give him the 41. So Richland on the move for the first time tonight, down 29-0 with 4:44 remaining in the second quarter. Richland will get the ball after halftime, Jim. So maybe you get a little something. I'm just saying, you get a little something, little momentum.
We have one completion.
Kind of what they need. Stone's out there laughing.
We have one pass completion for negative 2 yards right now.
All right, Christian. Going to throw this one quickly out there. Didn't really have a handle on it. Tried to shovel it out to Austin Yarnick on the left side will fall incomplete. 3rd down and 6.
So much of football are the little things. Getting that snap and quickly getting it in your hand in a position where you can throw it is something that, as we watch football, we take for granted. But it's something that is practiced and mastered. I said oftentimes last year, a lot of times some of the best catches we saw were Sam catching a bad snap, a ball that bounced to him, and you wouldn't have known the play was never broken up. He got the snap clean, but getting it to where he can throw it can be more difficult.
Joe McEnany now is going to check in, and Easton Robertson is going to be your quarterback here with 3rd down and 6 as Jameer Christian goes on the right side as a receiver. This is Easton Robertson who gets hit immediately, and he's going to be caught for maybe a yard loss. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 7. That play has not worked. That's twice now they've tried it. It has not worked either time. I think maybe we have to abandon that. That's great penetration there by Central. Well, actually, they'll give him no gain, Jim, back to the 41-yard line. So.
I don't know about abandoning it, but the next time it should be a pass out of that formation, right?
I'm not sure if Easton Robertson threw many passes, but yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Easton was forced into quarterback duty as a JV player. Actually, this was one of his favorite things as a senior, that he got to play JV quarterback.
All right, 4th down and 6. Fake to Yarnick. This is going to be Jameer Christian has another first down. So good hard run by Jameer Christian, able to a little burst of speed as he got over the 35-yard line. So Richland knows a 4th down and 6, able to pick up the first down all the way to the Central.
They got to stick with that run.
Yep.
I think what made that play was that we had a miscommunication in the backfield. Austin Yarnick stopped cold.
He did.
And it just artificially hit Jameer Christian. You didn't know where, if you're a defender, you couldn't see him, and that gave him the step he needed.
All right, so 1st down and 10, ball at the 33-yard line is Central. Richland trails 29-0 with 3:12 remaining here in the second quarter. Quick throw out to Austin Yarnick on the screen. And Yarnick able to go outside, out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. So a little bubble screen. So Jameer Christian has this team on the move. If you're just joining us, Ethan Gino had to leave with looked like some sort of lower body injury, an ankle, a leg.
Sponge, do we know exactly what's wrong with Ethan?
Foot, and they think that he probably won't come back.
Well, and again, here's a reason for that. If you're not certain of it, you got to save him for next week, whether you put him on the line or whether he has to quarterback the team.
All right, 2nd down and 3 now. Christian hands this one off to Easton Robertson. There's a flag on the play. He gets to about the 25 for a yard gain, but there's a flag on the play. He could be holding on Richland.
Yeah, and there's a chance we get Grayson Mala back next week, but we need to keep everyone else healthy.
All right, it's going to be holding on Richland, so this one coming back.
Well, that's unfortunate there. It wouldn't have been a long gain, but it would have been, 3rd and maybe 3 after the first down gain and then that short gain. But now the 10-yard penalty is going to take them off schedule, so they've got work to do here at 2nd down, and it looks like about 11.
Holding against the Rams. Second down and 13.
All right, down with 3 minutes exactly remaining here in the second quarter. Richland trailing 29-0, but they are on the move at the Central 36-yard line. 2nd down and 13, they're going to call it. Trying to run the freeze play there. Central able to hold up. Play clock down to 10. And looked like Richland may have moved. They didn't throw a flag on the play, I don't believe. I didn't see a flag on the play, Sponge, at all.
No.
It looked like McGarrett took off a little early, but
he did.
No flag on the play, so Richland
Gain of 4 on the play.
picks up 4 yards on the play. 3rd down and 9 upcoming. All right, so Christian will go back into the gun with Easton Robertson to his right. And Christian will run this one out to the right side. Has to stop. Moves forward a little bit. Dives for the 30-yard line. Won't make it. Gets to the 31-yard line. Will bring up 4th down and 8.
Brief scrum after the play, but it wasn't a fight. After Christian went down, the ball came out. And a Central player and Easton Robertson both dove in there. For a moment, it looked like they were going at one another, but it was just going for a loose ball. And the referees need to be more firm on double whistling once they see guys going extra on this.
All right, clock down to 1:33 here and counting in the second quarter. Richland showing 29-0. They have a 4th down and 8.
Look, you got single coverage on Arnold McGarrett on that left side. He's got to chuck it up and see if an athlete can make a bad snap.
Jameer Christian. He's going to chuck it up. Going for McGarrett.
Where's the flag?
It looked like there was kind of a hold there.
Cow.
They didn't throw the flag. I cannot believe that either.
Well, look, it wasn't a very good pass, but it was certainly a catchable ball, and the defender didn't see where it was, and he had both hands on.
Yeah.
And certainly that's every bit as egregious as the penalty we saw down in the end zone against Jude McGarrett.
Yeah, Jack Dunn had a whole handful of Arnold McGarrett's jersey, but not called foul, incomplete. And Central will take over on downs.
I'll point out there that play was broken up by the fact that the snap was low. Jameer Christian did a good job of fielding the ground ball, but that prevented the timing of the play from happening and from him getting a good grip on the ball that he could get rid of it in a sweet way.
All right, so Muthler goes in the gun, 1st down and 10. Throws this hard out to his right side, has a man over the 40-yard line, brought down. No, still on his feet. And that's on the sideline, and that is Dunn. And Dunn able to pick up a lot of yards before he's brought down by Joe Penna into Richland territory.
Well, he broke a couple tackles there, and I'll give Penna credit. When you're the inside linebacker and you're making a tackle on an outside bubble pass 30 yards downfield, you're grinding. So that's what we want to see.
So ball to 36-yard line of Richland. On a big pass play from Muthler to Dunn.
They want to score here. They can get to a rolling clock to start the half if they can get a score before this half is over.
Yeah, 1:04 remaining here in the second quarter. Muthler back to throw again.
Screen. No,
and Muthler going to throw this one out to his left side, deep on the left side, looking for Dunn. It has Dunn, and it'll be another Central touchdown. So Jack Dunn And we will be in a running clock, Jim. So it's our 35-0 as of right now.
We got 55 seconds. What you need to focus on. No, I'm only saying that get down and give Rico a field goal opportunity. If you can make something happen and give your kicker a chance to keep it from being 35. So that's the goal here. Once a game is like this, then you need to win the minute. You need to find something and be positive. Right now, they should be trying to block a kick. When they get the kickoff, they've got to get good possession. The focus should be not just taking a knee and run it out. They should try to get down there and get any points to stay alive. Because if you stay alive, you don't know.
All right, so Hunter Smith on to attempt the extra point. 35-0 your score pending this extra point. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and Hunter Smith will drill this one through. So he puts Central up 36-0 with 55 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And unfortunately for the Rams, just not their night. A lot of big injuries and everything going wrong for the Rams. And Central is taking advantage of everything they're given. And very impressed with Eli Muthler, Jack Dunn, and Hunter Smith.
We've dealt with Hohenstein the past couple of years, but this kid here is lighting it up.
He reminds me a lot of his motion of Garrett Harold.
Yes.
He is very tall and throws a very, very hard ball, tight spiral. And I think this is the longest we've gone without our board cutting out. I shouldn't have said that, Jim, but I had to.
Have said that.
I had to say that. It was really cool. We want to thank also, was it Star Pizza or Pizza Star? It was a fantastic.
We stopped at a local eatery and had some Dominica from Sicily
and Casper.
Casper? It was Casper. Yeah, that was his name.
He was not a ghost.
No, he was not a ghost, and we enjoyed the meatballs. So Sponge and I had a meatball sandwich. Jim had spaghetti and meatballs, and Stone had a big Sicilian pizza. So,
Stone really enjoyed that, you know that.
He did. We saved it. Stone and I were smart. We saved half for the car ride home. We have an hour ride home. We're going to be eating well in that back of that car.
There's a slice for Jim and a slice for me, I think.
All right, Hunter Smith on to kick it off for Central. This will be, I think this is Yarnick.
Outside.
And Yarnick will bust it out to his right side, go out of bounds. Good return by Austin Yarnick.
Look.
So 48 seconds now remaining before halftime.
Again, I will tell you, I know you probably think down by 36. The idea of getting a field goal seems like a silly notion.
No, I think it's a good.
The idea of not letting it be a rolling clock is something they can hang their hats on. And I wouldn't be afraid to do the Arnold Magera thing on the right sideline again. Let's see what kind of deep help they have, who they're paying attention to.
They're putting number one, Benton, back deep.
All right, but he's cheating over towards Magera's side, which means Yarnick is where you want to go.
All right, so Jameer Christian, first down and 10, keeps it himself, picks his way over the middle, bounces it out to the right side at about the 40-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. Good run by. So I've seen a lot of good things so far. Besides Jameer maybe not getting a good handle on football when he's trying to throw it a couple of times, running the ball hard is Jameer Christian.
So out of bounds, that stops the clock. Short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
38 seconds remaining. Ball at the 38-yard line of Richland. Definitely not used to what we're seeing out of the Rams here, trailing 36-0.
Okay, look for a bubble here to Yarnick on that left side.
Oh, yeah, we have a big bunch formation. 4 wide receivers out there on the left side.
Well, it's a big bunch, but it's Jaeger and McEnany leading the way. Both very aggressive, strong blockers.
All right, so it'll be Magera going in motion now to that side as well. And it'll be Christian who will run himself out to the other side. And good job by Central to not bite on any of that. And we'll take down Jameer Christian. Give credit to number 8, Nick Garver. And it looks like number 30 as well. That was Cameron Westrick to bring down Jameer Christian. So a loss of a yard on the play, 3rd down and 2.
Well, it doesn't look like they took very much off on that, so they might have given them forward progress. Where they're marking that, where it looks like it's still.
Yeah, I'm looking at the board. It's 3rd and 2 from where they have it marked.
But the stick looks more like 1. I don't know. Weird angles.
So we have a very, very weird angle. But again, we are in press box in a box.
Press box in a box.
Which again is going to be on some sort of infomercial soon. Yeah, you never know where you're going to have to broadcast from. You never know. And if you don't have press box in a box, you can't.
That's right.
So
I will tell you that you almost wish it was cold out because you'd be comfortable here tonight.
All we need is a little space heater down here. And I do want my Snuggie. I think we have to approach our booster club and say that we need Snuggies.
Hey, Ed, before we go to half, I'll run down the Rocket Report.
Oh, sounds great. Yeah, Richland Rocket Report. And again, the Rocket program is such a great thing and such a benefit to the high school program as these kids move up. They're playing within the Richland program the entire time, and it's just fantastic. And I'd like to see more kids go out for the Richland Rockets. All right, 3rd down and 2. Jameer Christian will go into the gun here, and Christian will keep it himself. He'll go off of left tackle, and
That's a first down.
should pick up a first down at the 45-yard line.
Got to pick up the pace here. They're going to move the chains rather. So you're good to go.
We're going to move the stain. Okay,
We
2
need to-
timeouts for Richland now.
We need to remove the stain.
They do remove the stain. Right, 25 seconds remaining here, and the clock's going to run now. Richland still has 2 timeouts, not using one yet. Jameer Christian keeps it himself again, and Jameer Christian again has some room as he gets over midfield now into Central Territory. So 2nd time tonight where Richland has entered Central Territory. 13 seconds, and Richland will call a timeout. So, Jim, it's your turn. You can run down our sponsors. We have 39 of them. We want to thank you and get on board next year if you want.
Big Dog Grill, Moore Family Dentistry, RNDT, Vantage Physical Therapy, Ashbro Landscaping, Market Basket, Asiagos, Tap 814, our friends at Sporting Good Discounters, Cardolino Eye Care, Rizzo's, the Chanchun Song Wimber Medical, Memorial Chevrolet, our Beauty Lawn, Precious Metals and Diamonds, the Lore Auto Group, DB Homes, Advanced Office Systems, RPM Signs, Ponchione Financial, Dean Jordan Tire, Pinnacle Chiropractic, First Summit Bank, Best Window, Wimber Care, John Ponchione, First Team Advertising, FWF, Nico's, Johnstown Construction, Flair of Country making this possible, along with the Fifth Bar and Grill, FX Screen Printing, Slovenian Savings Alone, Ed DiMartino DMD, Mahalco's, Advantage Autos, and of course, Roof Rejuve and our friend Senator Wayne Langerholt. Thank you, Senator.
Yep, thank you so much. And Fred Yanity, if you're listening, hey, Fred.
The Conemaugh Valley's beating Homer Center 20-7 last I checked.
All right, so Richland comes out down 2nd and 3 now. Ball at the 48-yard line of Central. 13 seconds remaining here before halftime. Richland trailing 36-0.
Here's your slant to McGarrett if they want it.
And Jameer Christian will hand us one off to Arnold McGarrett. Arnold McGarrett will get close to the 40-yard line of Central. And Carson Reckner will come up limping a little bit.
Well, Carson's noticing.
And Arnold McGarrett is down on the ground now. This is not a good sign. His helmet is off. And again, this is just Richland could not afford any more injuries. It looks like Arnold's going to be okay, though.
Well,
He's back up on his feet.
Well, they're checking him. Let's start with Carson.
Looks like a poke.
What is it? Sponge?
He got poked in the eye.
Okay. Let's start with while they're attending that because it looks like he'll recover in short order. But Carson Reckner coming off limping, he's dealing with an ankle injury.
Yep.
And there's another one now where you're down 36-0. Even if he can play, you're going to throw him back out there in the second half.
But do you really? Here's the thing: do you really need to?
That's what I mean. I don't know that they will.
And I'm not sure they will either. Sorry, I misunderstood you. I think I might cut out a little bit on my headset here.
Well, you have 7 seconds. I think you try a short pass here, and then you go ahead and you let Noah Ritko try to keep you alive in this game. Try to not let it be a rolling clock in the second half. That's my feeling on it anyway. I mean, the traditional logic is you're down by 36, and you're trying to score a touchdown here. But I think Richland needs some points, and a small victory would be not having the rolling clock to start the half, and they would get the ball to see what they can do from there.
All right, 7 seconds remaining, and again, I'm going to say it again. I will not finish my thought.
Okay.
All right, 7 seconds remaining before halftime as Richland will come out of their timeout. They have the ball at the Central 40-yard line. They trail 36-0.
So if Christian runs the ball, he's got to be time sensitive and understand that he can't run it all day. Quick pass right side.
And this is Jude McGarrett. Jude McGarrett over the 30-yard line. This is where Jude needs to get out of bounds. and Jude will stay inbounds, and the clock will run out. So Jude could have run out of bounds, which I think would have been a smart idea. They had 7 seconds. He might have had a chance for one more play, but and now Jude looks like he's okay. He seems to be okay. They're coming up limping. He's okay. But the good news is Jameer Christian actually has his team moving the football a little bit, Jim. He got the ball all the way to the 31-yard line earlier in the second quarter before they stalled out on downs. But so far, he showed a little bit of a spark for the Richland offense.
Well, I mean, certainly his ability to scout around. What do you do with that or out of that when you're going into it? But right now, Coach Bailey has the team as he usually does just before we break for the half. He's got them huddled up on the sideline to talk to him. The conversation that's happening right now, Sponge, and I don't know if you can hear it, but my guess is it's, look, you have to ignore the clock. You got to come out here and you've got to find a way to play better football in the second half. We have what we have, and it's up to you to find a way. You can either make a play or make an excuse, and he's going to ask him to come out and make a play in the second half. Yeah, totally agree. All right, so we'll go ahead and step aside here. It is halftime here at Central of Martinsburg, and Central is leading the Rams 36-0 here.
Hey, I'll run down.
Yeah, go ahead, man. You got it.
I was just going to give you a score real quick. I got to go.
The East Hills Rex sponsored Rocket Report. The 5th grade won 48-0. They completed a 6-0 season. Gabe Weaver had a punt return touchdown. Enzo Moore had a 52-yard touchdown. Gabe Weaver, 5-yard touchdown. Isaiah Fallon had an interception for a touchdown, 48 yards. Liam Fitzpatrick had a 50-yard touchdown.
All right, Sponge, we're back. Go ahead, bud.
Hey, you know what? I'm just going to save this for next week so we can do it and give the kids their due justice so it doesn't cut out on them.
All right, sounds
Because
good,
we know
Sponge.
we'll be good at home next week.
All right, sounds good. All right, yeah, so we'll go ahead and step aside as Richland again trailing here 36-0 at halftime. You're listening to the Richland Ram Football Network. Central Scarlett Dragons lead the Richland Rams 36-0. Enjoyed the performance by both bands. Central's band, very, very good, Jim. No, not sure if you were paying attention. They were fantastic.
Yeah, both the bands did a great job.
Yeah, love them.
And certainly a good football school. And you think highly of the band because their national anthem rendering was also good. I was out amongst the people, and it's an interesting vibe out there. We've got a lot of Richland fans who are still very mad about Chestnut Ridge and the injury to the quarterback that was quarterbacking for us last week, and what they feel is a deliberate act of violence. And even the Central fans, while not upset about that, they're recognizing what they're seeing here tonight, yep. And I think they would have liked to shown up and beat Richland in full strength to show that they could.
I think the game would have been fantastic. I mean, if Richland comes with their full squad, this game I think would have been absolutely a tremendous high school football game. But at any rate, Central's doing what they need to do. They're taking advantage of a lot of Richland mistakes. 3 turnovers in the game. They turned them into touchdowns, and Richland on the legs now of Jameer Christian, at least moving the football a little bit. Unfortunately, we've had another quarterback get hurt, as Ethan Janidlo did start this game and left with another foot injury. So Richland just dealing with all sorts of problems here, and we'll see what happens here as we go into the second half. Richland looking to get some sort of a momentum going here. They ended the half pretty well. As I said, Jameer Christian moving the football well, and they ended up right around the Central 30-yard line before time ran out in the half.
Janidlo apparently in a lot of pain. Spoke to his dad at halftime. Says that they think it's a not a good foot injury, but they're not. He doesn't know how they could tell that yet since they haven't taken him anywhere for an X-ray or anything. But he said he's in a lot of pain. So. That's not a good sign for him playing any position next week. Here come the Rams out and met by the Ram faithful. So a teachable moment for these Richland Rams here tonight. You know, what are they made of and what are they willing to do in playing this game? So I got to tell you, too, and I didn't take note, did Declan Piscatella is not out warming up with the group. He spent a lot of time on the sideline towards the end of the second half. I don't know if he's being held out because they're worried about him.
Yeah, I see him here on right. He was on this sideline, not even warming up, just kind of stretching out a little bit. That's about it.
What's that, Sponge?
I'll try to find out.
Yeah, make sure Declan's okay.
Sure.
Sponge making his way over.
So it's not all good news, but let's let Stone rattle off some stats for us here.
Yeah, unfortunately, not going to be a whole lot going good Richland's way, but Stone does a good job of keeping track of stats.
I try my best.
Yeah, you do good. I think we're going to raise your salary.
Oh boy,
we might even double it.
What do we say? We're going on a trip to the Tussey Mountain Band Fest.
That's right. We're going to Tussey Mountain Band Fest, and we're with the newfound salary. Stone's gonna spring for it.
Yeah, Muthler, or is it Muthler?
Muthler, yes.
Muthler is 9 of 16 with 152 yards, 2 touchdown strikes to Jack Dunn, who has 6 catches for 138 yards. He really torched Richland's defense there in the first half. Hunter Smith has 10 carries, 3 touchdowns for 41 yards, and the stats for Richland there. As my grandpa, who's watching in Winburn, is he would call it fugly. That's one of his adjectives.
I like that.
He would call it fugly.
Yeah.
Janidlo, he threw 5 passes that fell. He had an interception. Christian went 4 of 7. He has a positive passing percentage, so that is something to build on. His longest pass was 11 yards to Jude McGurwa. Yarnick has a catch. Arnold McGurwa has a catch, and Christian is the game's leading rusher with 10 carries, 49 yards. And you just got to find something to build off of here in the second half and take that in the next week.
Yeah, because playoffs are coming up next week, so this is not the end of the road for the Richland Rams. It probably is here for tonight, but Richland looking to find some sort of spark as they want to carry that into next week. Unfortunately, dealing with another injury is Ethan Janidlo out of this game, and possibly Declan Piscatella as well.
Piscatella's fine, guys.
Okay, so Declan Piscatella fine.
Just a little upset.
Yeah,
he said orange calls them red shoes. They broke.
Oh no!
I told him we're gonna tape them together and wear them next week.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll give him some orange tape, and they'll look just the same. All right, so Hunter Smith will kick it away here to the Rams as we're just underway here in the second half. This is Austin Yarnick who will pick it up, and Yarnick able to pick up some yards. Let's see where they spot this ball, right about the 35-yard line.
So I'm sorry, I'm chuckling to myself. Yarnick, and I got to tell you, he was a half step away from breaking through there. Would have had a long run, maybe not a touchdown. But Joe Penna was engaged with the blocker and aggressively so within the body of the rules. And it's the kind of thing his mother was always on him. Like, and he's like, "Mom, it's football." This is and I don't care, Joseph. So.
All right, ball spotted at the 32-yard line. First down and 10. Rams just underway here in the second half. Richland trailing 36-0. Jameer Christian now is quarterbacking the Rams, has done so since about midway through the second quarter, as Ethan Janilla left with a foot injury. And Cody Yeager in the backfield as well, I believe. And this is an inside handoff to Easton Robertson, who makes a nice run over the 40-yard line.
That's probably the longest play that we've had today that didn't involve Jameer Christian just improvising on the outside.
Nice little wrinkle for the Rams, putting Cody Yeager in the backfield. So 9-yard gains, second down and 1. 11:27 remaining here in the third quarter.
So we are on a rolling clock because of the 35-point difference as we enter in the second half. So even if the Rams were to close less than 35, it remains on the rolling clock.
Jameer Christian now will keep it himself as he goes out to the left side. Should have enough for a first down. So first down, Richland.
Sponge, I can't spot you on the sideline. You're
He's right down here at the 30-yard line.
Of us. Okay.
Yeah, we got him. Sponge still out there with the shorts.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's a beautiful night. It really is.
Like summer.
And the good thing is Jim still has his shirt on, so I'm happy about that.
If I thought it would help, I'd take it off. I got to tell you.
First down and 10. Jameer Christian fakes the handoff, rolls out, man in his face. Able to find a man. This is Cody Yeager, and Cody Yeager makes the reception and gets to about the 45-yard line into Central Territory. First down, Richland. Good job by Jameer Christian.
That was a good job. And actually, that ball was just a tick short. Yeager did a great job of adjusting and catching it on the run. You know, a lot of times that ball gets dropped. The guy's in such a hurry to go. He throttled down, but didn't, and made the catch.
All right, ball at the 44-yard line. First down and 10. Richland. Cody Yeager will stay in the backfield with Jameer Christian.
That's McEnany.
Is that McEnany?
In the backfield.
Oh, Joe McEnany's in the backfield now. And another quick bubble screen out to Jude McGarrah on the right side. Jude McGarrah will go out of bounds right about the, looks like the 39-yard line. 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5.
Tackled by Garber. Gain of 5 on the play. Second down and 5.
So Richland again on the move, just as they did, Jim, a couple of drives late in the second half. They got into Central Territory. One drive stalled out and one drive just ran out of time. It will stay with McEnany in the backfield here with Christian. Christian back to throw. Christian going to heave this one up, looking for Arnold McGarrah. And good job in coverage there that time.
Okay.
As that was number 4, Jack Dunn, in coverage.
So again, these are learning moments as you go along, and this is something that Arnold McGarrah they'll look at in tape. It's been there. He was not running full stride until he realized the ball was thrown for him. His job is just to go, and when he realized the ball was going, he turned on the jets. And had he been running like that the entire time, he might have had a better play at the ball. So things you want to adjust and learn now.
All right, third down and 5, as Christian will keep it himself and not pick up a whole lot, or bring up a fourth down and maybe about 4. Maybe picks up a yard on the play.
He did make the first guy miss. I mean, there's good penetration there for Central. He did make the first guy miss and managed to turn that into at least a yard gain. So Easton Robertson will check in now.
They'll give him 2, so fourth down and 3. Ball at the 38-yard line.
Arnold McGarrah is getting a lot of room off the line of scrimmage. Let's see if that defender cheats up in this short yardage situation, not respecting the deep ball. Because that's been one of the problems for us as we've had this quarterback carousel.
All right, Cody, Austin Yarnick will go in motion. This is going to be Jameer Christian, who keeps it himself. And Christian almost had enough for the first down. I think if he just makes one little dive, he picks it up, he tries to cut it back over, and goes a little backwards and gets caught. And Richland will turn over the ball on downs. Jim, if he just goes straight ahead, he picks up the first down. He tried to make another move and kind of went sideways and backwards and was tackled on the play and does not pick up the first down.
Just as I pointed out, something that Arnold McGarrett needs to learn as we head to the serious part of the playoffs. Jameer Christian needs to learn as well that he needed 2 yards there, and he had it if he ducks his head and goes. He's so used. He's so talented coming up. He's so used to trying to make every play into a 40-yard gain that you got to realize once you climb to this level that that's not always going to be possible, and sometimes the stick is the goal, right?
Yep. All right, so Central takes over at their own 36-yard line, first down and 10. Muthler, again, hard. He was trying to hit a little slant play, and good job there by the Rams. He was looking for number 9. That is Baron Dinas.
Arnold McGarrett, or rather Jude McGarrett on the coverage here, I think got a left hand and slapped it down. And so good defensive play there. Yes, Sponge.
Yeah, he made the play. It was a nice play.
Yeah, Muthler throws a really, really hard ball.
Yeah, he's tough.
All right, so second down and 10. Heavy backfield here for the Scarlet Dragons. As Muthler hands this one off to Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith goes up the middle, breaks it back on. Hunter Smith finds a big hole, and he kind of slowed down there. He kind of pulled up a little bit.
Well, I saw their quarterback do that earlier, too. It seems like once they're in the open field, if they think somebody's on their backside, their priority is protecting the ball. And Cody Yeager was on him. So don't risk fumbling for an extra 4 yards when somebody's got a hold of you. Protect the ball and move on.
That's a big run for Hunter Smith. Takes the ball to the Richland 30-yard line. First down and 10. Clock down to 6:36 and counting here in the third quarter. Richland trailing 36-0. Muthler will go back into the shotgun, and Muthler will hand this one off. This is number 13 for the Scarlet Dragons on the carry. That is Britton Marco.
Okay, not that we've had any tempers flared at this point, but there's a good example. The momentum of that play was pretty well stopped, and the officials didn't blow the whistle for another 3 or 4 seconds. That's when you got teenage guys out there in a game like this. That's when bad things can happen. So blow the whistle quickly, and nobody's going to be upset if a 4-yard gain turns into a 3-yard gain because you blew it a tad soon under the circumstance.
All right, second down and 7. And it's number 6 in the backfield now. That is Thade Mickle. And this will be Muthler, who tried for that little short pass on the left side, knew it was covered and just threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, he pumped over. Cody Yeager was over there. The receiver folded. He felt pressure, and then and there was nowhere to go, and just got rid of it at that point.
He threw it into the stands, all the way up into the stands.
If we were on that side, we might have been able to catch it.
Well, I think
I
some
made a
Central
drop now,
people
goodness.
wanted us down there.
All right, third down and 7. Now for Central, ball at the 20. All right, Muthler back to throw on third down and 7, being chased. And we'll throw this one out of bounds. That was, I think, Austin Blau who was chasing him down.
Better angle that time. We've had a couple times where we've pressured him, and because the angle was too shallow, he was able to get around outside. Austin took a better angle that time. He knew he wasn't going to get sidelined, so throw it away and live another play, especially since you have a rolling clock. You don't have to worry about anything stopping and delaying time. Richland's showing blitz right side.
All right, fourth down and 7. Muthler back to throw. Muthler has time as a flag on the play. As I think there's a Ram player got taken down, Carson Reckner.
Well, I got to tell you, Joe McEnany and Joe Penna were stacked over on the right side. I picked your poison. I think they both got held by the same guy. So yes. The flag came out relatively early on the play.
It could be a defensive holding here on, or an offensive holding, excuse me.
Yeah,
on Central.
I'm certain of it. McEnany and Penna split around the guy. He was getting beat by both, and he kind of reached out and grabbed both. And at least that's what it looked like to me. And they both got impeded, then continued on their way, and the quarterback ended up pressure, had to cut up and got tackled anyway. So
Richland did a good job. Good defensive stop after a long run by Hunter Smith put the ball at the Richland 30-yard line. Richland able to hold true here. Takes over on downs at their own 34-yard line. A little surprising. I'm not sure if I'm a little surprised, but Central keeping their starters in at 36-0. This is Jameer Christian rolling out to his right. Going to throw this deep. Has him in. That's Ethan Choi. And Ethan Choi has it inside the 35-yard line, but cannot hold on and drops the pass. So they'll call it incomplete. Ethan Choi had the ball, I thought. There's a flag back down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a holding on Richland.
So, I don't want to celebrate that Ethan dropped the ball. But had Ethan caught the ball and it got called back in a penalty, all the Richland fans,
yeah.
Ethan's a guy that's worked real hard to be a Ram, is in his senior year. All right, so penalty on the play makes it 1st and 20 for the Rams.
Jameer Christian goes back into the gun here. Will keep it himself as he goes off left side and is taken down for a short gain.
I tell you, Jameer's just got to trust his speed and go outside and make sure they're taking good angles. He's cutting back into a lot of traffic, and somebody gets a paw on him and slows him down. I think he'd be better served to make it a foot race to the sideline till there's just one man, and then maybe if he wants to make a move, do it then. But I think he's cutting a little soon. He'll probably see that again when he looks at the tape of this, if they sit and look at film of this, because he's got a little bit of an edge, and cutting that back into where those big bodies are, probably not the best thing for him.
Picked up 3, so 2nd down and 17. And Jameer Christian hands this one off to Easton Robertson. Robertson finds a little bit of a hole and gets over the 30-yard line and is over the 50, the 40, the 30. The 20 being chased down from behind, gets knocked down short of the 10-yard line, but Easton Robertson with a huge run for the Rams. Deepest penetration of the game for the Rams. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, you need to see some signs of life. Easton took a heck of a hit at the end of that, and he's high-fiving his lineman for opening up on a hole for him. So 1st and goal from the 10 for the Rams, a scoring opportunity. Fake that hand, give Easton a rest, fake that handoff up the middle. Christian go around left, and he should just go to the pylon. Don't bother cutting it back into his near sideline.
42 yards on the run for Easton Robertson. 1st down and goal. And Jameer Christian looking for Arnold McGarrah, has him in the end zone. It is a Richland Ram touchdown. Arnold McGarrah from Jameer Christian. 10-yard scoring strike. Richland is on the board with 2:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. So, Jim, this is what we're looking for, some sort of spark, something that Richland can feel good about. And there it was. Nice defensive stand after the Central got to the 30-yard line of Richland. Richland stops them on downs, and Richland finds their way into the end zone. Ritko on to attempt the extra point now. Snap is good. Holders good. Kick is up, and Rico will put this one through. So 36-7 now your score. So it was a 42-yard run from Easton Robertson that set that up, put a 1st and goal at the 10. Jameer Christian throws a nice little pass out to the left side. Arnold McGarrah does a nice job of adjusting to the football and able to haul it in.
And the running clock gets stopped now.
Well, yes, on the change of possessions and on scores. But there's only 2:23 left to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. So good to see a little bit of spark. And Easton's a fighter. And a key for him, again, it'd be silly to think that he's as fast as Evan McCracken, and he's not as strong as Evan McCracken, but he's a gritty runner. If you give him room at the line of scrimmage, he'll fight. And what you had on that run, it was, number one, it was a nice hole. But when he burst through, there was one guy that had a bead, but not a good line on him. And he hand fought him till he went down, and then it was a foot race. And 3 guys caught up with him and hit him hard at the end of it. But the guy that could have made that a 5-yard tackle found out that Easton Robertson is a gritty guy, and he wanted it more on that particular play.
All right, so Richland puts their first points on the board, scoring a touchdown 36-7. We're 2:23 remaining here in the third quarter. We are in a running clock. It is going to be Jay Hohenstein and Thade Mickle back deep for the Central Scarlett Dragons, as No Ritko is on to kick it off.
Well, the Scarlet Dragons are bunched up, anticipating a possible onside kick.
I was going to say, are we thinking onside kick here, guys?
Well, I tell you what, you got some. Let's see if they have the Magueras out there. They do. They've got some real speed out there. So yeah, I see 10, 20, 30 yards between the deep man and the up man. I might try to pop one over the back row and see if our speed guys can get to it.
Yeah, there's a big gap, like I said, between the 40-yard line and the deep guys at the 10-yard line. A lot of space in the middle. So Ritko on to kick it off. Again, absolutely beautiful night here at Central Martinsburg. And this will be an onside kick. Takes a big hop, but good job there. That was number 10, Austin Bassler, who went up and brought that down. Took the nice high bounces, which you want to see. And Bassler went up and hauled that in.
You just need that last hop to be that one that skips to his
yep.
And he was up high. He was not down low on the grounder. Had that stayed down, but it's a football, and it's shaped in a funny football kind of way.
And it's a grass field, so you're not going to get that bounce you do off the turf.
Absolutely. And so the ball spotted at the 48-yard line of Central. They take over first down and 10. They'll keep their starters in here, as it is Eli.
I think we got a TV timeout going on.
Okay, so
TV
time.
Richland called a timeout.
Yeah. Richland calls timeout as Muthler comes back in, the quarterback. A little surprised at this bunch that they're keeping the starters in a little bit. 36-7 your score.
Yeah, a little surprised.
So Ethan Janudlo with his foot wrapped and a brace on crutches on the sideline. So the guy that was quarterbacking for the guy that got hurt is on crutches now.
Yeah, it's not good. Not sure what Coach Bailey was talking to the referees about there, Sponge.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either. Something about the timeout. Maybe he just wanted a 30-second timeout or something. I don't know.
All right, so glad you're all with us here on the Richland Football Network. Wish it would have been a more competitive game, but we all know what Richland is dealing with, and they're actually doing a pretty good job here. I mean, they've come back and at least scored here in the second half, 36-7 your score now. 2:15 remaining in the third quarter. Muthler will hand this one off. This is number 3 on the carry, Max Baker. And a short gain for Max Baker. Cody Yeager gets credit for the tackle.
So Jacob Benton, number 1 for Central Martinsburg, came over to chat with Coach Bailey. It was not a heated exchange, and Bailey, they were having a conversation. I'm not sure what it was about. There was a give and take, and they're both shaking their head. I'm not sure what that was. Can't tell you. I've seen a lot of that.
All right, no gain on the play, so second down and 10. As Muthler will go back into the shotgun here. Muthler will hand this one off. This is number 24 on the carry. He gets over midfield. That is Braden Beach.
Brought down by Brody Hollis.
So that'll bring up third down and 5. Down to a minute 17 and counting here in the third quarter.
I'm wondering
Say that again, Sponge. Couldn't hear you.
I was wondering if the coaches, if he called that timeout to get the second team out there, but Central didn't put their second team out.
Maybe that's what.
That's
maybe
possible.
Maybe that's a valid point. All right, so third down and 5, upcoming for the Scarlet Dragons. They lead 36-7, and Muthler will hand us one off again. This is number 6, who has a first down for the Central Dragons to about the 35-yard line. That was Thade Mickle.
Well, Joe Penn's going to be kicking himself on that one. He had good penetration. He had a hand on a hip. And again, the mathematics of what angle you take can make such a big difference. A little bit more inside, he can hit him square up, and that play stops 2 yards in the backfield. As it is, he was able to fight through that left arm. And then I'm not sure what happened on the line. It looked like he managed to do a quick jump step left and picked up that first down.
All right, Central now changing out some of their players, I see.
Well, I don't think they're going to run a play. Oh, they got to run a play.
Yeah, play clock down at 10. The game, it's 1 second on the play clock difference.
He might burn a timeout himself with 1 second not to get the penalty.
As it's down to 1 second here, and that's what he'll do. He'll call a timeout with, it should be 1 second on the clock, but they're going to let it run down to the end of the quarter.
You know, seeing the importance of a quarterback, you would think Central would take theirs out.
Oh, for sure, I know. All right, so we want to thank our sponsors once again. Thank you to Roof Rejuve, Senator Wayne Langerholtz, Advantage Auto, LHAC's, Dr. Edward L. DiMartino, DMD, Slovenian Savings and Loan, FX Screen Printing, The Fifth Bar and Grill, Flair of Country, Johnstown Construction, Nico's, FWF, First Team Advertising, John Ponchione, Winber Care, Best Window and Door Company, First Summit Bank, Pinnacle Chiropractic, Dean Jordan Tire. Ponchione Financial, RPM Signs, Advanced Office Systems, DB Homes, Laurel Auto Group, Precious Metals and Diamond Company, Beauty Lawn, Memorial Chevrolet, Chansoon Chong Medical Center, Rizzo's, Cardolino Eye Care, Sporting Goods Discounters, Tap 814, Asiago's, Market Basket, Ashboro Landscaping, Vantage Physical Therapy, RNDT, Moore Family Dentistry, and Big Dogs Bar and Grill.
Just wanted to mention real quick that, you know, with this game, obviously you started to wonder, you know, was Richland going to get shut out? And I'll let you do the play here real quick before I throw in this little tidbit.
All right, so there's still 1 second left, and Central's put in a new quarterback, and it's number 14. He'll hand off to, I think it's Max Baker. Max Baker?
Really nice carry there from Britton Marco.
Oh, Britton Marco. There you go, 13. Number 14, though, Carter Schenk now in at quarterback. Good run by Marco. And that is to set up a first down and goal now for Central, I believe, at the 10.
No, but obviously, you know, with the quarterback, you know, question mark and all the injuries tonight, you were going to wonder how is the Richland offense going to do. And as we got later in that third quarter, they weren't scoring any points. They did score a touchdown, so they weren't shut out, and that marks the 101st straight game without a shutout. The last time they were shut out was October 16th, 2015 versus Bedford, 35-0, when notable athletes from Richland like Colin Instone and Ethan Dabbs and Trevi Hardison were still playing.
I don't think Ethan Dabbs was playing, unfortunately.
You've got wholesale changes in there now, and I'm going to make the observation that we had wholesale changes to start the game.
For sure.
But so you've got a lot of numbers to catch up with, Ed, as we go through this, as the Rams finish out this fourth quarter.
Yeah, I typically don't need the Richland roster, but unfortunately now we do, Jim. We're going to need the Richland roster.
LPT 3540. You are parked on someone's property. Need your vehicle moved.
All right, so that's not Sponge's vehicle. We are okay.
No, it's not me. Second team.
All right, so it's going to be first down and goal as we begin the fourth quarter here from Central. Central leading 36-7. And I said is Max Schenk now, or Carter Schenk in quarterbacking for the Scarlett Dragons. And Schenk will hand this one off. That was number 6, Thade Mickle, who tries to bounce it out to the left side, brought down for, I think, no gain on the play.
Joey Ragna.
Jerry Ragna with the tackle, number 45, did a good job of wrapping him up.
Now they'll give me maybe a yard gain here, Jim, maybe a 2-yard gain to the, spot the ball at the 8 or 9-yard line. So second down and goal from the 9. Yeah, number 45 is tough for me to watch. That was my son's number when he played. So always strange to see somebody else, I'm sure, Jim. I mean, you see it too with number 5. Unfortunately, not in uniform for the rest of the season. All right, second down and goal. Schenk hands this one off. Up the middle. That was number 24, Braden Beach. Gets to about the 3, so third down and goal.
So, you know, as we move on here, we look at the beginning, even in our offense, even if you got a quarterback that has been throwing all year, and we didn't have that going in, you're just used to doing certain things. You lean on certain things, and so now even the offensive coaching staff has to decide, what's our favorite play on 2nd down and 8? What do we want to do if we get a 1st and 5? What do we want to do on 3rd and 2? You've got a rhythm to it with the full body of athletes that you have. Richland jumping off sides there.
Yeah, that was Ron Vaught who came across the line, put his hands immediately to his helmet as he knew he was well into the neutral zone. So it'll be a 3rd down and goal now from about the 1.
Well, these guys that are out there right now, they're indifferent to the fact that it's 36-7. It's a chance to play some varsity ball, and they want to be moving around out there. So they're anxious to make a play.
In the backfield are Colton Harbaugh.
Well, Carter Shank ran over to get a play and then came back in.
And this is, trying to think if that was Marco on the carry. No, Max Baker, and he'll get stopped short. So 4th down and goal, Jim, from the 1.
Ashton Roberts checking into the game for the Rams. Coming out, Rowan Vaught.
All right, it's 4th down and goal. 9:54 remaining here in the 4th quarter. This game is well in hand as Central leads 36-7. Looking to tack on another score. As Shank will go under the gun again here. And Richland will jump off sides again. So it'll still be 4th and goal from about the half-yard line now.
Flag on the play, encroachment against Richland.
Well, yeah, I'll give you slack the first time you want to make a play.
That's a different.
Different player, Sponge?
That left tackle must be doing something.
4th down and goal. And Shank will hand this one off, and this will go up for another Central touchdown. So it'll be Marco who will go in and score the touchdown for Central. Puts them up 42-7 pending the extra point. That's number 68 in the steal on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and the kick is going to be good. We watched this young man kick during the warm-ups. Pretty good leg. They use Hunter Smith, but this Aiden Steele's got a pretty nice leg. He puts it through, so 43-7. Now your score here from Central Martinsburg.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of week of practice these young men have.
Yep.
So on one hand, it's easy just to chalk it up. Look, we had a short deck. There are things that we might do that we weren't going to do in this game. There were guys that were nicked that didn't play that could have played because we're going to worry about districts. I mean, we say 1 goal all the time, and that 1 goal is a state championship. It's not the Little Highlands Conference championship, but you're at the precipice of it. You want to win that. But on the other hand, you're a young team, and how you respond to the first time you've lost is important. For a lot of teams, that happens early in the year or mid-year. I'll point Penn Cambria as the example. We beat Penn Cambria on opening night, and they haven't been beaten since until tonight. I think last check they were losing and probably likely going to lose. So how do you prepare? How do you bounce back from the emotional scars of a thumping? Even though you've got if you got reasons why some of this unfolded the way it did, because you're going to have to go play football next week, and it is going to be the playoffs. Yep. And you need to show up and be you, and you're probably not going to have Evan McCracken running down the field. If you had the same players showing up tonight, they're going to play then. And I got to be honest, the way Janidla looks, I don't think that's going to be the case. You're going to be even shorter next week. What's your recipe? What do you do? How do you look different? How do you make it a better game?
Yeah, those will all be challenges, Coach Bailey and Richland. Yeah, it's just that they're going to have to deal with. It's the hand they've been dealt, and they're going to have to go forward and move on. And next week's a huge week. Obviously, it is the playoffs, and if they don't win, they're going home. So
Hey, that Penn Camber game's 46.
So Gunnar Hagens and Braden Knepper back deep to receive for the Rams. Jameer Christian is out in the field. He's part of this, second team return team. He's a short man, so be interesting to see him get a kickoff with that kind of open space.
Steele kicks this one. That's a pretty good kick. And Richland should just let it go. It's going to roll at about the 2-yard line, picked up by Knepper. And Knepper returns a flag. That's going to be a face mask on the play. Another flag comes out. So 10 minutes after the first flag, another flag came out. I think that guy threw the flag because you yelled face mask over there, Sponge.
Yeah. That one was pretty obvious.
Well, I think you initiated the second flag coming out, Sponge.
I did.
Well, I tell you, so they're out there. They're not out there a lot, and neither one of both the deep men thought the other guy was getting the ball.
Yep, they all ran up,
and the ball checked up at the 1 instead of rolling into the end zone. So heads up for Knepper, realizing that a mistake had been made. He got back there and got the ball. The face mask keeps him from being buried, so they're at least at the 21 now, or 22-yard line.
All right, first down. This is Knepper.
Knepper, the ball carrier.
So hopefully we won't need to see Knepper come in as a quarterback as we're down. We're on our fourth quarterback as it is. But Braden Knepper quarterbacking the JV team here, basically. He picks up a yard, second down and 9.
Yeah, JV went from Dom Shank to Jameer Christian to Braden Knepper.
All right. So it was Ragnar on a carry for 2 yards, third down and 7.
You're talking about playing next week too, but whatever the opponent is, and I think the most likely opponents are either Bishop Guilford or Central Cambria. They're going to smell blood in the water. They're going to go, hey, look, this is a chance to beat Richland on their home field. No, they've got a short deck, but that's not their fault. And they're not. It's a chance for them to take advantage of that opportunity. And for some of them, certainly Guilford has had some success. I don't know if Central can recall the last time they beat Richland, let alone beat Richland. So depending on what pairing you have, the Rams need to be prepared because the other team's going to show up, and if they get the upper hand early, they're going to feel like they got something.
All right, so Knepper will carry it again. It's going to bring up fourth down and about, looks like maybe 2 yards, Jim?
Well, it looks like 4 where they got the sticks.
So
right.
Fourth down and 4. Yeah, it's hard to tell from here, but they're going to go for it, fourth down. Down to 7:20 and counting in the game. This is Knepper. Keeps it himself. Knepper finds a big hole. Knepper goes over the 45-yard line before he's brought down. So good job on fourth down. Braden Knepper with a big run.
Brought down by number 20, Calvin Sparks.
All right, if you're a coach, come Monday, do you go over the finer points of this game, or do you just bury the tape and say, look, we got bigger fish to fry. This one's behind us and move on. Both those can be popular things. Sponge, what would you do?
Burn the tape.
Sponge, I'm going to ask you next week to wear pants. I think that was the linchpin. The summer wear. We've got to commit to the boys of fall here. You got to have a more autumnal look, okay?
Yeah, I'd definitely be dressed a lot warmer next week, I think. Chance of snow next week, maybe?
Maybe midweek, but it looks like during the end of the week. The football game, I saw 53 degrees on Friday for a high, so maybe not that bad, but it will chill off at night, obviously. All right, so Knepper took again for 3 yards.
Penn Cambria was losing 46-0, so our side of the division is not doing well.
I tell you, there are some Richland fan favorites out there right now that folks are really hoping to see guys get a score, make something happen.
That was number 80.
Gunnar Hagens.
Gunnar Hagens on the carry.
We're at the point, Sponge, where you should probably be doing the play-by-play of the color. You're more familiar with this age group, right?
A little bit, yeah. I've seen a couple other games. It's Jerry Ragnow and Nepper in the backfield.
All right, so 3rd down and 7.
Coach Rugg is called.
Down to 5:36 and counting in the 4th quarter. And Nepper throws this one quickly. I think it was Pugh, I think he was looking for. Ball fall incomplete.
See, there's what I'm talking about. Nate Pugh's a hardworking young man, well liked, and certainly in a very quiet kid off the field and everything. And him getting a catch and making a run after it, there are a lot of folks that feel real good about that for him in this game. And you're looking for those silver linings. But the pass was short, and when you've got an offense that's built so much on so much quarterback read and so much passing. Not having it is an issue.
All right, 4th down and 7. This is going to be Nepper who keeps it himself. Nepper still pushing the pile forward. Nepper pushed. I'm not sure if he might have the 1st down.
He was helped by a Central player.
He
Started pushing the pile.
Yeah, got to the 40-yard line. That should be enough for a 1st down, and it is. This drive started, actually Nepper got to the 50-yard line for the first down. Able to get to the 40, so 1st down, Richland. 43-7 your score in a game that has obviously just been dominated by the Central Scarlett Dragons. And unfortunately, Richland dealing with another injury going into next week as it was
Ethan Janudlo.
Ethan Janudlo, thank you. The name just escaped me, my old age. Sometimes it happens.
I got to tell you, we all feel a lot older right now than we did when we got here.
All right, Nepper will hand us off to Ragnow. Ragnow try the right side, cuts it back towards the middle, picks up some yards.
Ragnow, the ball carrier. Tackled by Nisley.
It's amazing how the game changes visually once you've got a lot of JV and even younger JV players out there, offensively and defensively. Ragnow looked good going right. His cutback seemed not quite as crisp as you would want to cut back, but then 3 tacklers couldn't bring him down, and he pushes forward. So that's a lot of learning going on there right now in the final 3:52 of this football game.
Joey's got that breakaway speed. He's a really fast kid.
Able to pick up 8 yards on that, so 2nd down and 2. Nepper will fake the handoff, roll out to his right, throw a pass, has a man, and pushed out of bounds as number 84. That's Gunnar Higgins.
Gunnar Higgins.
Fixes the handoff again, rolls out to his left this time. We're looking for Higgins on the left side this time, and just off the fingertips. So 2nd down and 10. Ball is at the 21-yard line of Central. Down to 2:58 and counting here in the 4th quarter.
You couldn't help feel coming in that if you didn't have your quarterback but you had McCracken, or if you didn't have McCracken but you had your quarterback, you had a puncher's chance because of the athletes. And I'm going to tell you, even more than the drop-off in talent, and I'm not downplaying that, it's a significant drop-off in talent, it's about finding your identity, both players and coaches, about what works and what your role is and how you make things click out there. And whether Richland has a recipe for that or not, come district playoff time starting next week, I don't know. You hope they have it dialed up. And we'll never know what Coach Bailey had in mind that he deliberately didn't do tonight, because he does have a playoff game in a week that, that as painful as this loss is going to be, that playoff game next week is the more meaningful one, and that's got to be your priority.
That was Mason Davis on the carry, picked up 6 yards. He just sprinted out to the left side. Yeah, Jim, excellent point. That's exactly on the hit the nail on the head. And this is Mason Davis again, who will go off right tackle. So the JV's looking to score here.
And going back to injuries, that running back Gino LaMonica, remember how
That's
he
right.
had
He
a real
hurt
nice,
himself. Gino had right. He was looking good.
and he got injured
Yeah.
on a touchdown.
4th down and 1 for the Rams. They've converted a couple of 4th downs on this drive. Braden Nepper again keeps it on 4th down and drives for another Richland first down deep into Central almost close to the goal line here. It's going to be 1st down and goal from the 3.
A little hesitation to start, found a hole, and then he just starts spinning. I think there were at least 2 different spin moves on that as he just kept spinning to his right and fell forward on the play. So,
all right, 1st down and goal. This is going to be Nepper. Nepper is going to take it, and it's going to be stopped short right around the 1. So 2nd down and goal from the 1. So 43-7 your score, but Braden Nepper doing a really, really nice job coming in quarterback for the JV team here and moving them pretty well. 3 4th down conversions. This one, Nepper is going to take it in for a Richland Ram touchdown.
You know, with Evan graduating this year and Easton graduating, this kid Braden Nepper could be our running back next year.
Yeah, looking pretty good, Sponge. Absolutely. And you should have a healthy Gino LaMonica as well next year. Definitely going to have some speed out there, Sponge, for sure. All right, going to go for 2 here. Nepper rolls out to his right side, going to throw it. Has a man. That is number 95. Ashton Roberts for the 2-point conversion. So 43-15 your score now. Yeah, Braden Nepper did a really nice job, Sponge. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's had quite a few touchdowns for the JV this year.
I feel like Sponge is cutting out every so often. It's like he's a living Mad Lib, right? Where you just fill in the verb or the noun that you want. You might, it doesn't go away altogether, Sponge. It's like every 5th word you're gone, so we're just filling in the blank.
Well, just like tonight. Power's on and power's off.
There you go. It's been crazy. We'll be back in the friendly confines of Hurlinger Field where we know where everything works. That's always a good thing. Well, this worked out pretty good, though, I must say. I mean, unfortunately, we don't have the electrical power. We're running off of battery power.
Well, the press box in a box is record. It's groundbreaking. It's
Now we just need a heavier generator, and we're good to go.
Or 32 extension cords.
And to anyone that missed from the Richland Rockets, we'll do the report next week when I'm not cutting in and out, and our power's not cutting in and out, because there was 2 teams that were undefeated, and I want to be able to single out some of those players that did a great job.
Absolutely, want to give them their due. All of our kids went through the Richland Rocket program, and certainly appreciate all that they bring. All right, so Richland going to kick it away here off of the Braden Nepper touchdown plunge. It's number 65 for the Rams kicked it off. That is Gavin Sheets. And the ball is out, and Central, I think, able to jump back on it. So the ball came free, but Central able to jump back on the ball. There's a flag on the play.
No, that was the...
that was the flag back there.
So there was a flag, but there is no penalty. He meant to throw a sandbag.
Yeah, I think he meant to throw the other flag. He meant to throw the sandbag, not the yellow flag. So 1st down and 10. Only 31 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. 43-15.
Well, Central will take a knee here and run this off.
Tell Stone to warm up the Dragon Wagon over there. We're taking
that's
it
right.
home
We got
with
the
us.
Dragon Wagon, and I have myself a meatball sub waiting for me in the car. And they will take a knee, and that will end this one here as congratulations to the Central Scarlett Dragons, who are winners of the Laurel Highlands Conference.
Yeah, you certainly, even as we talk about the injuries we had and the guys that hurt, that's Central still deserves a tip of the cap. They played a good game. And more importantly, they played a good season.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes football involves how healthy you are at any given moment. And Richland didn't come in with a full deck, and say, but here we are.
Yeah, we're back on now. We cut out again, so we are back. So yeah, not much. Unfortunately, went Richland's way tonight. Another injury. This one to. I said, unfortunately, Richland will lose another quarterback tonight, Ethan Janid. I will try this again. I think we'll be back for a little while, hopefully. But Ethan Janidlo down with an injury again. So Richland going to turn to Jameer Christian, who came in and actually moved the football pretty well for the Rams. Got him into Central Territory a couple of times tonight, which they had not done all night long. So we'll see how that continues on. Going to be a very strange week of practice for the Rams. They're dealing with a lot of injuries, and we'll see how it moves forward. District's playoffs start, Hurlinger Field, next Friday night, Jim.
Well, if you're the Richland football team right now, you can go a couple ways here. You could dismiss this altogether. As I was saying, you could dismiss this altogether because you had the injuries. Or you can let this really get under your skin and strike at your confidence and not show up and play your best football next year and kind of write the season off. Or you can use this and try to regroup this week and show up angry the first week and go from there. And I think they're going to have to reach back and find some pride. And right now they're in front of the band, and the band's playing the alma mater, and it's good to see this going on. And they got to realize they're in this together, and it's the only way they're going to win. It's the R is great on the side of the helmet because of the men that wear it. You're not great because you wear the R. And,
absolutely.
It's up to them to rise to this challenge now.
All right, we do want to give a big shout out to the Central fans too. We're amongst the people. Very, very gracious to us, I thought. Really coming in. We're kind of in where they always sit, and they're nothing but hospitable.
They're up by 22 in like 15 seconds. Still,
I think if we were
Still, you got to give them credit. They were very, very nice to us.
I will say we were probably sitting in people's seats. It's like showing up at Sunday Mass, Christmas and Easter, and you're in somebody else's pew.
Well, how this worked out, though, they might be inviting us to a lot more games to sit over here. As the one gentleman was saying, he's very superstitious. This has been where he sat the whole time, and he wasn't going to move sides. So we'll see how Richland moves forward. As we said, going into next week, district playoffs will start. Richland will be at home at Hurlinger Field next Friday night.
Is that a given, Ed?
Was that?
What's that, Sponge?
Is that a given that we're home?
We're definitely going to be at home. We may not be the number one seed, but we will be at home.
Okay.
Yeah, and our opponent's yet to be determined. Most likely Central Cambria or Bishop Guilfoyle, depending on outcomes of this weekend. Central playing tonight. Do we know Central at this point?
I'm not sure what Central Cambria did. Bishop Guilfoyle plays tomorrow.
Bishop Guilfoyle playing tomorrow. So
Stone was looking diligently for that Bishop Guilfoyle score, and then realized it's not being played till tomorrow night. All right, we're going to grab Coach Bailey. Hopefully,
hopefully we don't.
This stays on for a little while.
So, Sponge, here's the deal. If we cut out, you just keep talking. We'll get it turned back on.
All right, we'll see if we can grab Coach Bailey here in a second.
The one good thing when you have a night like this is the reality of it set in a half hour ago. Losing in the final moments or being tight all game and then getting blown out in the fourth quarter, that can really sting. And not that this is pleasant, but the getting over this part began an hour ago.
All right, we got Coach Bailey coming now with Sponge. So we'll turn it over to Sponge.
All right.
That's the first time I've had to do this all year after a loss. sucks. What do you tell your team?
I was proud of how they responded. In the second half, nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes getting blown out like we did tonight. It wasn't our night. We had right off the bat. You get the high snap on the punt. We don't take the safety. We give up a touchdown, and then Ethan Janitlo goes down. It was our to be able to finish the game. Won the District 6 championship.
And I know you well enough to know there's no excuses. You'll just get better next, and you'll deal with who's going to play quarterback.
No, we have no idea. We think there's potential for Grayson Muller to come back. If he comes back, we think that'll be a big lift for our team. But yeah, we coach the kids that are available. It's disappointing when you have a lot of kids hurt for those kids, and then also knowing that they can help the team win. But we have no excuse. Central won the game tonight. Good, congrats to them. Our next focus is District.
All right, Sponge, thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach Bailey, for those comments. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that Grayson Malla does come back next week, and I'll put it this way, Jim, and we talked about this a little bit. If he's not 100%.
All right, I think we're back.
Yeah,
and we're leaving.
And we may just leave it at that. Yeah. So, but maybe Grayson Malla will be back next week, maybe not. But anyway, Richland will be in the district playoffs next week at Hurlinger Field at 7:00. We hope to see you all then. Until then, Richland loses this game 43-15 to the Central Scarlett Dragons. Congratulations to them. They are the Laurel Highlands Conference champions for 2023. So for Jim Penna, for Stone Mangus, for Brian the Sponge Bread, I'm Andy Martino saying good night. We'll see you all again next week. You have been listening to the Richland Ram Football Network.